we're not going to be able to watch it through iFollow. So it has been an interesting day. We've got the lineup there. Obviously, it appears as though Ogonkwo is not going to be available for this one. And so dealing with the injury there, and we will have to figure that one out. Chomp, though, getting the call, so more than serviceable, and I'm sure that John's going to be relatively happy with that one. Well, not maybe happy, but comfortable, satisfied. We'll be okay. And so Chomp getting the call. Other than that, the lineup, rather to be sort of as expected as the run-out. We've got extra subs because it being an FA Cup match. They'll be available to the squad to push forward. And so we'll be okay. We're going to be okay. Yeovil Town, the drama that started early. Let's see if I can bring that one up here. I don't know if you guys saw what was happening with Aldi. Or not, but I'm just going to take the lineup off for a second here. There's the tweet. Aldi picking up sponsorship for one day and sponsoring Yeovil Town is sublime troll maneuvers. And I kind of get a chuckle out of it. Start the drama, the locker room chat. Obviously, Marks and Spencer, M&S sponsoring. We're going to have Percy Pig and Colin the Caterpillar there as mascots for this one. And so we know that that's happening. And so Aldi decides to go full troll mode and sponsors freaking Yeovil Town for one day and tries to get their mascots in. Absolutely freaking brilliant. Steven, where is Sean? That's me. I see the chat's not really rolling since I've joined, so hopefully everything's okay as far as everybody's there. New feature over on the other side too. I'll bring the rosters up just quickly as we go through things. I'm going to try an out-of-town scoreboard. I've called it W&G's. I'm hoping to give her control of it if she wants it. If not, I've got control of it. Got one other feature. I'll see if Brendan's here, and we'll see if we can put that one on as well and make sure everything's going. And it's going to be an exciting time. So I don't know what you guys want to talk about. Obviously, Yeovil, I have not done a prep. And so what do we know? We know their manager's got Parky's number, 4-1-1. Happy Barrow Clock. Yeah, no, it's not even Bailey's in this one, but we're drinking the fancy cups. I'm stoked. Like, and for this to be on our terrestrial TV wherever we are is awesome. So I'm going to be watching it on Sportsnet for the first time, and them having the when you log in right at the very front, Wrexham at Yeovil, the international sensations. I tweeted about it. And so it's pretty amazing. You have to let me know. I've changed with the sound volumes a little bit. I see it might be a little bit loud. As long as I'm not cracking, then I'll let you guys adjust it. We'll see what happens when we scroll. Yeah, Algonquo, it looks like that jaw injury. The thing that makes me nervous is it concussion related? And that's what scares me. You take a shot like that, and when you start seeing stars and all that sort of stuff, and concussions, he could be fine in a week, and it could just be, preventative measures and that sort of thing. It could be for a long duration of time, but they've apparently gone back to Arsenal to talk to them about what they want to do with the lone player, and it is what we're going to do. Do we get the awesome commentary from the Wrexham legend? I'm hoping that you're talking about Mr. Griffiths, and I believe that's the answer. Is he was going to end up doing the women's game remote, I believe, but because that one got canceled, he's just there ready to do his thing. I don't know what the international providers are going to cover. I'm going to stick with whatever comes in my ears from Sportsnet. I want that experience. And the other exciting thing, we're looking down at the subscribers there, wherever it is on your screen. 990, 1,000 is a big thing. And yeah, we're going to see what ends up happening there. I haven't checked the scores of the games just to see. 59th minute, still 2-1 Aldershot and Stockport, and still 1-0 Chesterfield taken to Leyton Orient. That's fascinating to me. Stephen, I know he's... look, I'm with John here. Howard and Chomp is a very serviceable goalkeeper. He's capable. He's not going to let the easy one by him. Is he going to steal you one? Maybe, maybe not. But he's definitely serviceable. He's a professional. I have full confidence in him. And on quality, he should be better than what we're dealing with from Yeovil Town. That said, not optimal, but what are you going to do in the circumstances? So I'm just buzzing. FA Cup, there's a certain magic about it. The EFL Trophy, don't care. The EFL Cup, don't care. But this one, like, get into it. There's prize money, massive prize money involved in this, and you just want to kind of taste it, don't you? So I'm really excited. 22 people already here. We're going to sit and chat about whatever. So if you have comments, you have questions, obviously no prep time. You see Jake Hyde's going to be a substitute off of the bench. Tried to find some analytics and stuff to be able to pull to find out what Yeovil's doing. Other than they had their upset loss. They've got 1 draw, 1 win, and 1 loss in their last 3. They maybe struggling a little bit. This one, big for other news as well. Not only do you move on to the 3rd round, but 67,000 quid up for grabs. That's not including the money that you're going to get from the tickets, which obviously we have to split 50-50 with Yeovil Town. But we're gonna have an opportunity to put 67,000 into the football fortune category of the financial fair play rules. And so Maidstone United advancing to the round 3. I saw that goal. If you haven't seen that goal, look for it on Twitter. It is, or wherever you get your highlights. That was a cracker of a shot from just outside the box. That absolutely thumping. And so credit to them. I didn't see who they drew. Let's see who they drew. Maidstone. Oh, they haven't put the 3rd round up into the FA Cup. Let's go to Twitter and see what they got to tell us about Maidstone United's draw. It was Barrow. No, that's who they play. That's who they played, was Barrow. And Barrow's no slouch, as we've seen, challenging, pushing up to the top of the table. They're completely capable, but I missed who they drew. In the next round, and I don't see it up on Twitter either. Fascinating. Did they get Wolverhampton? Did they get the Wolves? No. Maidstone United, Stevenage or Port Vale. And we know that outcome, don't we, by now? Or is that subject to a replay? Yeah, that's subject to a replay, so we'll see what happens with that one. The draw was this morning. We jumped on, we had it, and then I didn't load it up because they said it's going to be at 12:15. So I jumped on thinking I was 25 minutes early and took my time to jump in. And fortunately, Swirly was here to say, "Hey, the draw's live, and we already know who we're getting." I don't want to look forward, so I'm not going to look, and I'm not going to say the name. It doesn't exist to me. We know who we have in the 3rd round. You can look it up if you wish, but I'm not selling it. We got one focus and one thing in mind, and that is for Marks and Spencer's to beat Aldi. That's the goal. Also heard lots of fog going on. I will say, as far as having the blip of not logging in, not as bad as the UEFA draw. I don't know if you saw that one live. Had to deal with a prankster who ended up putting some adult noises into a ringtone that was near a live mic, a hot mic, and it continued to play over and over again as he was calling in during the draw. And that's on Twitter. You just have to put in UEFA and noises, and you'll find that. So, to be fair, we were the 2nd pick. Yeah, and that's different. The times when I have been on in the past, 2nd round, and the last year when I was watching, we were always like towards the last. It was like they're trolling just to keep the viewers up. So, Dorian, nice to see you joining in again. We've got everything up. Brendan, I think you're here. What I might get you to do, Brendan, is to hit your meter up one, just so that I can sneak a peek at it. And I'm going to try and move mine up and see if it kicks one of us out, if only one person's logged in at a time. So we're going to set up some new features here while we're doing this live. And so go ahead and do that. Send me a message if you have an issue or you get logged out on your end. I'll see what happens on my end. Still 2-1 Stockport and Aldershot. Chesterfield still taking it to Leighton Orient in the 67th minute. And so away we go. I'll bring the rosters back up here. I said I was going to do that a while ago, and I didn't do that. Greetings and salutations from the priest. We're getting some people who haven't been here for a while, so it's nice to see everybody. The only thing I'm hoping for, and I'm a little bit desperate about, as we get to the 4 minutes from it, is I didn't change my room around. If you guys haven't heard, we had an unattended death upstairs. Unfortunately, he passed 3 to 6 weeks ago, so it's a messy situation that's going on upstairs. They're in our suite Monday through Friday of this week, cutting holes and doing whatever restoration stuff that they have to do. It doesn't smell as bad in here, so that's a positive. But what it's meant for me is I was going to end up watching maybe on the TV and moving this around. I didn't do that, so I'm stuck here watching on my computer through Sportsnet, and I just noticed my iFollow's all messed up over here, and so if it goes and conks me off and says you're not allowed to watch online, then I'm gonna have to do some sort of mass scrambling to figure everything out. So we'll deal with that when we have to deal with it. I'm not going to worry about it now. And so the iFollow ticker is being awkward. So let's do this. Just set that up and transition that over. A couple little glitches that's going to happen early on as we go through this, and I'm just sitting here waiting, watching highlights for 3 minutes. It's not on iFollow. Yeah, no, I know it's not on iFollow. You got to go through your terrestrial provider. That's ESPN Plus if where you're at. Some places it's DAZN. In Canada, that's Sportsnet. In the UK, you're obviously going to be able to get it. I don't know if it's on ITV or BBC, but it's one of them. I never looked it up. The audio is with Disney Mark. That would be amazing if it is, and I'm hoping. So find your terrestrial provider, and my kid has clearly played with the lights and the way we go. Is the rent cheaper above you? It is now. Sorry, that's a bad joke. Things that nobody should ever have to deal with. And we've had to deal with it twice. Canada's a developed country. It's weird. To end up having a fire and then getting displaced and being in the rental that insurance is paying for while we're waiting for our place to be rebuilt. They've now backed that timeline up to May. We get a death upstairs, and then they're talking, you're going to have to be displaced again. I talked to both the restoration guy and the other, and our insurance adjuster, and they were like, this doesn't happen. It's only the second time they've both ever seen it. So, fascinating, interesting stuff that we get to deal with. It doesn't matter. We're here for the FA Cup, and please give me the preview on my computer. I'm looking forward to seeing whatever they package together and throw on Sportsnet Central for the first time in Canada anyway that I'm aware of. Wrexham hitting the air through terrestrial airways. They're on the 4K channel, all 4 regional channels. It's exciting stuff. I don't know if they're on, Brandon or somebody in the US, you'll have to tell me if you can actually watch it on ESPN through the TV or if it's just ESPN Plus. Yeah, and John, I've got so much going on here. I just don't even want to back things up. The other thing about the terrestrial providers, I don't know how bad my latency is going to be. So we may have to back that up, and that sort of reminds me, if you've never been here before, I'm going to bring up the etiquette rules here. There we go. The chat etiquette rules. One thing that you can do when you're watching along, if you end up, you can tune me out entirely and just be here for the chat, and that's fine. Join when you want to find out exactly what happened, get an update, ask a question, do all that sort of stuff. Aldershot has leveled. Let's go back and bump that up there. Aldershot 2-2, still 1-0, 72nd minute in Chesterfield. And so one of the things you can do is you can back up your feed if you're watching it on your computer so that it's not live and follow along that way and just catch my voice. The other thing is, all I ask is don't scream out goals or penalties or whatever. Just wait for everybody else to get caught up. No spoilers. That's what we look for. The feed itself, if you end up repeating text, if you end up putting links, if you end up doing all caps, the bot's going to grab you and going to toss you. So hit the subscription button. We are 10 people away from 1,000. And here's a question for you, and maybe I bring this up as a poll. Let's see if I can do that. And I've got a lot of things cooking on the computer. I'm testing, I've upgraded my hardware a little bit and how I do things, so I'm hoping. I sent a message to Sean. I'm here, Brendan. Brendan just sent a message to me and said, did you fall asleep? I'm literally online talking to you. I'm here. I'm assuming that everybody else can hear me. This is awkward. I'm here. Brendan, figure it out. Why is USA, Canada, Mexico not on the CONCACAF Nations League table? Stephen, they should be. And I'm good. Here he comes. Brendan, you're all set up and wonky, man. I'm going to just message him because he's always here. And I'm going to say we're chuckling in the chat because we're here. I mean, Canada lost to Jamaica, so let's not talk about that. Absolute garbage performance in the second half by the Canadian men. But the winner of the nation, if you finish top 4 or you win a playoff, you get to qualify for the Copa America, which is going to be in the U.S. So that's Argentina, Brazil, all of the South American squads are in there. Plus they've added 4 from CONCACAF, those being the U.S., Mexico, Jamaica, and Panama. And then there's going to be playoffs. We've got Trinidad and Tobago. God, we better win that one. And if we end up taking that one, Canada's in. And so there will be 6 from CONCACAF. So the Copa America is going to be an exceptional one, but that's different. UEFA, despite my glitches yesterday, geez, that was just awkward. So I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to put in a poll. Another thing to think about while the membership is happening, and I'll put these up here. There have been 3 people who have donated money and done so, paid for just super chats, and I'm appreciative of that, and I think it's awesome. I'm not going to say no to anybody who wants to say thanks so much for contributing. Certainly not what I look for. What I look for is hit the like button, get the algorithm gods going, hit the subscribe button so that we can get to 1,000, get some ad revenue going. The idea is not for me to get rich through this thing. The whole idea is we're going to take that money, we're going to satisfy some of the expenses to do some AI and some whatever we want to do, API and otherwise upgrade things. But then it's to start to do giveaways and supporting Wrexham and maybe putting some money in as for sponsorship and having a bunch of fun. And we can talk about that as we go through, and the channel makes some money and I'll keep you guys abreast. You can follow along as to what expected revenue is on Social Blade, so you'll know. But I didn't like the idea that people were giving away money for free. And so one of the things that I did was I created a membership option should people want to do that. It's 99 cents US. I don't know if you guys are okay with it, what you think about it, but this is what it does: is you get these badges that you can end up, if you are a member, for every month that you're a member, you get upgraded and you get different membership, and it sits on the channel. And then it also has custom emojis that we can end up putting in that look something like this. Obviously, we got to have poutine, we got to have the bog, we got to have flop, and we got to have putts. And if you know the history, 99 cents breaks the bank. I get it. The game is live. Let's go Wrexham. We're not quite live yet. I'm waiting. Oh, we're taking to Wrexham. Please work on my computer so I don't have to run everything around. But I don't know what you guys think about this. If you guys are okay with it at the half, I'll flip the membership on and we'll see what ends up happening. We're just scrolling out of Sportsnet Central and right to the Wrexham Yeovil logo in Canada sitting in the studio. That's freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. And it works. So we're going to be here. So I don't know. I see Nevermind popped into need maple syrup. Yes, potentially. So I see nobody objecting. So maybe that's what I'm going to end up doing, is throwing the membership live as we go through this. I'm getting FA Cup soccer, Wrexham and Yeovil on Canadian television for the first time that I've seen it. It's a good day. This is a really good day. And the other thing that I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to try hitting, if I pop out, and it doesn't sound like it's going to be Mark. We're getting somebody else, and that's okay. all I want to do is listen as they give the whole preview. But man, I am just buzzing right now to sit here and watch the Wrexham overview. I've got this recorded in 4K, so I'm going to follow along with that afterwards and jump on and see what happens there. I will say that I partially got back, and this is kind of nice to have. I hope it works. We're live, and I've got that working down on the bottom. So everything seems to be in order here. Lots of little tiny things. Brandon, I'm hoping you're hearing me now. Need a ref emoji. So the thing about the emojis is the more members I get, the more emojis I can add. So if I get, I think it's 2 members, I'll set it up afterwards. I'll show you at the half how to follow along. I don't want to do it now. The focus for me is let's just have fun with this and FA Cup magic and all that sort of stuff. And so Brendan, let me know if you've tested your thing. I'm just going to turn it on off camera here for a second. If you wanted to bump up your counter, push it forward. Soccer, did I say soccer? FA Cup, football, sorry. It sneaks out every once in a while and I can't help it. ESPN, Sportsnet, DAZN, wherever you're at, get it. Jacob Mendy running around doing his thing. I need to get this off of here so I can actually see the full screen. Hey, we got it. So you're doing your thing and I think I'm doing mine, Brendan. So we're okay there. I'm just going to test to see, make sure that now since you've done that, you can bump it down, that nothing's gone wrong with me. Yeah, we're good. We can both operate. All right. So I'll let you take yours down, and I'm going to introduce the next feature that's been working on. And John, this one's just for you. We've given Brendan a flop counter. And so whenever Brendan elects, as he's watching a game, he has full control over this. I don't have any control over it. And so, Brendan, if you're there, feel free, just pretend there's a flop and give it a bump. And he's got full control to just let that thing run up as he wishes and chooses at his discretion. Beautiful. Somebody flopped and Brendan added it there. That was just for John. Kind of had to have a chuckle with that one and put that one out there. Good stuff. 3 flops so far in this match, and we're just going to let it run. I think that's hilarious. Let's bring the rosters back. Oh, man, it is a good day. Oh, I can't even. John Cena standing between the ref with a foul. You can't see me. Yeah, there's a bunch of options that we can put together for things. Andrew's here. Hey, well, awesome. We're having a laugh here already. So if you haven't joined before, just a reminder, the game's only available through your international providers. So ESPN in the US, Sportsnet in Canada, ESPN Plus at a number of different places around the world, DAZN in some countries. So find your terrestrial provider, log in. I'm sitting here listening as I'm watching Yeovil running around in those traditional Vanarama black warm-up jerseys that the league has them wearing instead of having black jerseys. What is the over-under on flops today? Yeah. We've never really counted them, so we won't know when Brendan has a record-breaking day, and I don't know what happens if it hits into double digits. So we could end up getting a couple of hiccups here. A moaning meter. That's so. John, we'll put that on the scale on the other side, like a temperature control that moves up and down, and you can put Brendan's or not just Brendan, the watch party's moan meter, and we'll have it at different stages, and I'll let you control that. First start since, oh man, I'd have to bring that one up. That's a really good question, but I think it's back to the Stockport match, isn't it? And I've heard that they had issues with fog, but I think it's burnt itself off if it can do that when it's that cold. Let's bring up Mr. Howard. Welcome from Australia, and it's got to be ridiculous o'clock there. I know it was tough for me getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. That was 4 o'clock in the morning. That's the worst start because you sit there laying in bed trying to go to sleep earlier than you used to. Oh, we got Aldi caterpillars running around. Is that an Aldi Caterpillar? That says Aldi on the side. Are they getting turfed? What's going on here? It looks like calling the Caterpillar, but it says Aldi on the side. What's happening? Hasn't started since Stockport. Thanks for picking that up. I was going through things and trying to pick it up. I haven't been to FOTMob yet to find out if they're going to have the game done up. I tried to get stats and just no success and no luck on pulling those. So Kim, that's not what I'm going to put on here. If you haven't seen the UEFA draw, the UEFA draw that happened yesterday, amazing prank done with a live microphone and a phone that was ringing. The players are about to come out. Yeovil sporting their Aldi greens, just for one game only, trolling. Yeah, Stephen, absolutely trolling. It's actually, I give it credit. You've got to put it out there, right? They had seized an opportunity. Here's the tweet. Locker room banter and chat, right? Like, that's just glorious. Just jumping in for one day just for giggles. For the giggles. I haven't checked the scores here as to the out of town. W&G not here yet. Still 2-2 with the Aldershot Stockport game, and Leighton Orient running out of time. 6 minutes until the end of the game there, as we've got our guys walking onto the pitch. It's a beautiful Sunday morning / evening / afternoon, wherever you are. Yeah, there were some photos and people talking about. There was a Twitter thread, and I wish I would have kept it, that was saying, how's the fog doing? And somebody was like, I can't even see the cop. Just troll. Like, the banter, you gotta love the humor that comes out of Wales, comes out of England, comes out of Britain. But it looks to be an ugly day. Near 0 degrees. 100 chats, 100 people messaging so far. 85th minute, time is ticking for Chesterfield. And I'm just going to make sure my scoreboard's up so that we don't lose everything as we get going here. What happened to Stevens? I don't know. Yeah, I missed the guy. He was the super sub off of the bench, right? And could always fix things up and get it done. What do we think in January for him? Hosanna is an interesting one that I haven't talked about. He's drawn in here, at least onto the bench. So, and let's be fair, John, National League South, right? They were relegated. We should, and I said this to you before, we should be in a good position for at least no worse than a draw. But you have to play the games and you have to figure it out. And so we will see what happens here. Don't know how we're going to do with the watch party. If you haven't had a chance before the match gets started, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get involved. Feel free to hit the share button and send it out on a tweet. Maybe I should do that and promote this. Oh, I heard a whistle and everybody's... Oh, we're swapping sides. Well, I think Howard's form is unknown, Stephen, and I guess that's the question. We're not talking about the local derby, Mr. Broadcaster, as I've got somebody different than Mr. Griffiths doing his thing. There we go. We've got some FOTMob action going up. We'll see if they're going to keep track of all of the stats for the FA Cup, as they should, you would hope. Getting towards the ball. I still don't have a good camera angle as to when we get started, but that's fine. And I'm going to just pump out a quick little tweet here. Oh. Oh, there we go. I'm underway, 3 seconds in. We got the ball, and we do a little hoofball right off the start and get it down. So if I'm ahead of you, then feel free to bounce it back. If I'm behind you, feel free to bounce your live stream back if you can, or hit the pause button on your TV because you get to watch it there, or on your computer, and away we go. Midfield, 23 seconds in. Bump this up just a little tiny bit. I'm going to trying to get a tweet out here that says... Lee with it, midfield just moving forward. The magic of the FA Cup. Yeovil with the ball. I guess I don't even have to broadcast this, but I probably will for those that are... This is not the commentator that I want. You can find Mark. You can also tune him down and just listen to this if you want to. It's entirely your call. Minute in, we're going to have a throw in. Hayden on the right side. So on your computer screen, we're going right to left. Yeovil left to right. The battle of the supermarkets. The supermarket derby. Bump up the seconds a couple. And here we go. Nice little bit of possession, at least to start things off. Mully's off to McLean. McLean left side. Cross into the box, way too far. Easily taken, and we're going to come back the other way. Long may it continue, Kim. Long may it continue. Oh, I want this win. I want this win. Get settled in, get stuck in. Oh. Hoofball down the center of the park. Yeovil able to get control. Flip it up into the air. Not a lot of control there. Hayden just heads it back, and Chomp comes out and grabs it and sends it to O'Connor. Mustache free, no Movember. Should have kept that Tom Selleck looking stash. He clearly had the best one of the group. Give him a prize. I don't know what it is. Hayden across the midfield stripe. Still lots of possession here for us, starting off sitting at 100%. And accurate passes are 1-0, according to FOTMob. O'Connor into the final third. McLean left side gets it back, and we're going to draw and recycle. Yes, John, you can always put on the Wrexham site and then play with the audio, and you've got me here if you wanted to do that too. Your call. McLean looking to cross it into the box. Forward to O'Connor. Just misses him. Yeovil collects it, and away they come. Early pressure. And we'll see how they do. Yeovil scrambling. Ooh, dangerous. But he was able to get it away, and down the midfield, here comes Yeovil down the right side. Hayden just collects it comfortably. Score updates. 2-2 in the 88th minute for Aldershot and Stockport County. Into the extra time. Don't know how much they've got, but Chesterfield still looking to knock out Leyton Orient in the FA Cup and advance into third round proper. Evans with it, midfield. Gets it across the midfield stripe and plays a little bit of catch before it bounces off to O'Connor on the left field side on the switch. Don't even, Kim. John was having bad dreams too. All you people having bad dreams. Stop it. My kid worries about Choo Choo Charles, and here you guys are dreaming of Yeovil pulling off some magic. McLean, left side of the box, cross in, headers there, punched away. Comes down, Mendy's not able to collect it, but he does now on the right side. Just outside the penalty area and draws it back. Loving the possession. O'Connor towards the box, punches it out to the left side. McLean looking to beat his man, goes towards the goal line, cross, deflects. Is that for a corner? Oof, had to make a save there. Got called on. We'll take it. 69 people into the chat so far. Yeah, that's, John and Kim, you guys, I'm not okay with this fear thing. So, outswinger going to come from the left foot of McLean on the left side. Everybody set up in an eye in front of the box. Goes to the far post, too far. Couldn't get a header on it. Grabbed by the Yeovil guy, so we do some grabbing. Everybody's pulling on a jersey, and Yeovil gets it away. Knocked out for a throw. I'm watching that flop meter now to see what Brendan ends up ruling on that one, whether that was a right hook to the jaw. Newble goes down, no harm there, gets up. Oh yeah, it's the elbow. It's the swinging back elbow. I know, Vince. I'm not even going to look at it. I see that there's 9 there. I so want to get to it. I haven't seen the flop counter going up yet, so it looks like this one's... Brendan's survey says that one was legit. We'll go with it. And there you go. There's the call. No flop meter. That was an elbow. If you're Yeovil, that's what you want to do. Get into the mix. Get into the mix early. Cannon goes down. He's got to go off, and he's sitting there adjusting his head around, stretching out the neck. Throwing in, we're underway. 6 minutes in. Let's go. I didn't see a mark, actually, if you did RKO. Still cut off there a little bit with the chat, but we'll I can't fix that for whatever reason. I'm incompetent. I've tried to fix the little graphic below so it extends the whole thing. No luck so far. Yeovil with it, trying to get that possession meter on their side early, if that matters to anybody. 4th minute of extra time. Chesterfield and Leyton Orient still going, still tied. Stockport, Aldershot. You know what? Make Stockport play another game. I like draws and replays. Have them go again. That would be the, I don't want to jinx it. If it goes south, then I'm not going to make any more comments because that happened last game. Still, Yeovil with some possession in the back. Hard for the ref to see that there. That's the only issue. Did I think he got away with it with the flail? Yes. Were they all tangled up with the legs and stuff? Yes. I think it would have been harsh to give a card in that instance. Just because it was both players sort of getting all tangled up and snuck in there, right? So Yeovil with control, able to get it to the back line just from the left side. They haven't looked, knock on wood, enterprising and finding a way to get into their final third. Just lots of back passing and searching, and here they go again, recycling out. Well, Stephen, some would say that that's part of Welsh football. I mean... I always say this about Canadian, and I've said this before on live, Canadian sports clubs playing in U.S. competitions is they have to be that much better because any close call just seems to never go our way. Now, that just could be me, as John would probably identify, me pissing and moaning, but it certainly happens. There, Tozer able to get control, and I would love this if this is how the game progresses in the sense that, oh, that's got to be at least a free kick. He got him right in the gut, didn't he? Cannon getting beat up early. Oof. Not a knee, just caught him with a hip. Sorry, Laurel, that you got snapped up by the bot there. All caps. Can't do that. You're going to end up 60 seconds in the penalty box. So, Cannon, perfect answer here would be perfect service into the box from a distance and being able to score, but instead he takes it short. Pushes it into the corner. Not a good pass. Giveaway. And here comes Yeovil. Deflects, and it's up in the air. Coming back the other way. Mr. Evans knocks it back. We're going to get control all the way back to Mendy, playing in his temporary center back position with McLean as all the center backs were up looking for an entry into the box. 77 of you so far today. Thank you so much for joining. Stay tuned. Stay in. Have your comments. Subscribe so you can join the chat. Problem is, Steven, as soon as we throw an elbow, you know what's going to happen. Cards are going to go flying. Dave with the harsh assessment of Mr. Cannon flopping. Into the box, Palmer not able to turn on that one, but we're still here just outside, right in front of the penalty area. O'Connor, left side, over to Lee. McLean looking to overlap to his left. Lee takes it to the right. O'Connor gets it over to McLean. Look for the corner. Defense hasn't closed on him. He's got time. Far post. Hayden. No, not Mendy. Not Hayden. Mendy. How beautiful. How beautiful were the Wolverines. Yesterday was clinical. The Ohio game had me panicked, but that's what happens when it's Michigan, Ohio. So we'll see who they end up getting. Bama is their prize. I guess that could probably be what the outcome is. We shall see. I keep forgetting that Laura is Jackson and not Laura. It's every time you come here, I end up dialing in Laura is Jackson. They'll probably get confused about 3 or 4 more times until I end up getting it right. That's got to be a free kick for holding on, no? Palmer trying to draw one. National League weekend. John's getting nervous. Full time. Chesterfield knocks off Leighton. So that one's a final. And then we were in the 6th minute, Aldershot and Stockport. I would love an Aldershot goal. I would also love that they just make Stockport have to play an extra game. But then, knock on wood, we're able to wrap things up here and move forward. So far, not really a lot of opportunity either way. And I see the possession stats, but I don't see a single shot going up. The momentum meter hasn't moved, and I don't know if that's just me slow on the uptake as Yeovil gets into the penalty area, into the center. Well defended there by, I believe that was McLean, right at the end. Laura is me and Laura is Jackson? Now I'm confused. RKO with that defense is just, they said it during the broadcast, right? Just layered. So you've got to take your 3 to 6 yards, 3 to 6 yards, 3 to 6 yards. They had one potential for a long play and they didn't get it. Long kick down the field. The goalkeeper for Yeovil, Day, just ends up passing it to Chomp. And here we come moving forward. There's not a lot of giddy up. No giddy up in this game right now. We're in control with most of the possession, looking to advance it forward, but just not a lot of jump. Yeah, Kim, split this personality. I'm curious. We're up to 993, 7 more to greatness, and I feel like we're gonna get the pauses. Everybody wants to get to that last one, but feel free to hit the subscribe, join the chat, help me get there. Hayden up to the right hand side, moves it forward, and we're gonna recycle and get it back. Evans over to Lee. Lee down the left side. Gets it towards the center of the box. Leaves it there for O'Connor just outside the penalty area. Is he going to have a crack? Oh, look for the deflection maybe off of Palmer. But anyways, it's coming back down to Lee on the left-hand side. And this is where we've been predominantly, is 6 to 10 meters out of the penalty area, trying to find a way to sniff into the center of the box. Lee pushes it forward. It takes a deflection off of Mullen. Here it comes, play into the box. Header. Oh, great save. It's still there. Scores! Palmer. Thank you very much. We're in control. Make them come at us. Make it come at us. Great initial save by the goalkeeper. Pops out. Palmer's right there. Knocks it down. Gets it with the right-hand foot. Right-hand foot? Right-sided foot? Right foot. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Palmer, the aerodynamic version of him with... So that was Lee, got it across. Cross comes into the box. Palmer heads, great save. Lands back at Palmer's foot. Mullen's doing the super fly. Jump through the air, trying to get out of his way. And we've got ourselves our first. Like the big guy. Like the big guy. I love the big guy. I ain't afraid to say it. Ollie Palmer. The man, the myth, the legend. The tank, now clean shaven, lost probably a pound of, he's more aerodynamic, losing that pound of hair. Hayden down, that's not a good sign. Got the physiotherapy working on him. Hayden looks, I didn't see it. Griffiths is the GOAT in commentating. If I was 2% of the man that he is. That is my first TV goal. My first goal watching Wrexham on TV, and it looks like we've got a sub coming in, and we're going to go with Jones, not Boyle off the bench. So Jones going to slide into the right side of our center backs. That's concerning. I don't like seeing Hayden go down. We just finally get settled into our center back stuff. O'Connell's still away with injury time. Now we're getting creative into the back line. Kim, that's dark, Kim. You're accurate, but that's dark. It's not a real game until Hayden goes down. Probably true. Yeah, it could be. We'll have to see who's on the right-hand side here. So we got Tozer. Oh, it is Evan sliding back over on the right side. And that makes sense. Brendan with the great call-up. Yes, and I did see Mullen coming in to clean that up. And then I don't even know what do you call that move that he just did? Like the Superfly jump, the Superman jump straight into the air to try and get out of the way and make sure he didn't interfere with Palmer, who had the better crack at it. So Yeovil now got to put the pressure on. We are 6 away from 1,000. I know I don't want to count it. I don't want to get into it. I just want to focus on the game. Focus on the game. We'll get there eventually. Lee, across the midfield stripe. McLean recycling, and here we go again with the possession. 71-29. Momentum meter clearly our way. 4 shots to 0. And 19 passes to 7. And so far, 19 100% accurate passes. Right side. Deflection. We're going to get a Tozer bomb. Or are we taking it quick? Here comes Tozer. Bodies move forward. Let's get into it. 91 of you here. It's a pleasure. Stay in. Hit subscribe to join the chat. Have your chance. Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are. Aldershot 2-2 full-time. That is a good result. Make Stockport play an extra game. Beautiful. Even FA Cup draw success. And I never looked where they were actually playing that game. Was that was in Aldershot? So they'll have to go to Stockport for the next one. Mendy with it down the right side, gets it across, and here it comes. The switch is on over to O'Connor. Still running with it, left side, all the way down. He's going to try and overlap and get it to McLean. McLean says, no, we'll go to the center here to Palmer. Palmer lost control, had to spin, maintains control over to Lee. No pressure on defense. Yeovil Town's just happy to settle into their back, keep their shape, and here they go. They get a turnover, and we'll see if they're able to counter. 5 away. Feel free to hit the like button too. That works if you're already a subscriber. Let the algorithm gods know that we're here. There's a tweet out there from the Red Horde that you can hit share, like, comment on. Keep the momentum going. Up the Vale, please. I can do that when we don't play them. And they're in a different league. So I'll say up the Vale. No problem with that. Yeah, Stephen, they worked monumentally to cover and keep the heat on the grass yesterday. So somebody was saying that they should have played the women's game before the men's one, and I'm glad they didn't. I know it would have been great for the audience, but you don't want to tear up the grass on an FA Cup match, especially when you're the team who wants to have the pitch in good shape. A little bit of ping pong back and forth between the teams in the midfield. The Aldi striped green of Yeovil. I don't share on Reddit, so that'd be brilliant. Yeah, I got canceled today. Don't have a replay for it, but they're going to play Britain again next weekend, right? In the other trophy competition. So the doubleheaders. Oh, good pass. Is he offside? No, he's still on. McLean gets it into the penalty area. Looking cross, hard cross. Ooh, dangerous. Asking for a corner, and McLean says no, and there's a little bit of expletive action going on there. I don't think it was touched or deflected, but just missed. I didn't think he had an angle to even get that close, but as you see it from the angle where he was running forward, he had that opportunity. It was indeed just outside the post. Just missed. Day with the long clearance. It's an early morning. It's still a struggle. Yeovil Town advancing. Mendy with a good deflection to get it out, and they're going to have to do a throw-in. 90 of you logging in so far. Thanks for joining us. Nice little deflection to get it. And Lee, nobody there with him, though. He's outnumbered. He's got to draw it back and just maintain possession, and he does. Was that Lee or was that Mullen? Couldn't have been Lee because Lee's over here. The fog is screwing up my view. Jones. Mendy. Overlap. Mendy can't take it to him because well defended there. Cannon still on the right side. Looking. Going to draw it back. Lots of green jerseys on the right. Pull a switch. Mendy. Back into the center's Tozer. Here we go. Switch on. Nope. Going to keep it back. Cannon. Jones. Forward to Palmer. A little bit of tap back and forth. Cannon. Jones as we're backing up and looking to recycle. Yeovil player right there. So we're going to come all the way back to Chomp. Chomp will get us set straight and away we run. Indeed, Laura. Merry Christmas to you. Throw from Tozer. Probably too far out to worry about a Tozer bomb, so played quickly. McLean just gets it out, and away we go. Jones and Cannon have been everywhere. All the way back, and Leeds now with it. Looking forward, looking to the right, looking forward. Nobody coming out. Lots of time, lots of space. Knocked down. Just control. I don't know. 74% to 26% on the ball possession. 4 shots. Tozer bomb going to come as Mullen tried to get it in. It hit a Yeovil player and it bounces out. And so we'll get Tozer running forward here with the other center backs, which means Mendy and McLean will draw back to be the back line. Yeah, I'm with you. It's a little bit stagnant. When you run up 1-0, I don't mind a sleepy game, RKO. Evans up into the front. Looking to get into the action here. Leaves it for Mendy, tries the overlap, leaves 2 players behind. Mendy dancing, coming around front of the penalty area. Switch on, McLean, center of the pitch. Gets it out to Lee, who's over on the left side, just on the edge of the penalty area, walking down the line, in fact. Stops it, dances, left footer, in, danger. Oh, nobody there, hits a Yeovil player, and they're going to clear, and they can't because we get control again. It's so far, if hopefully this half continues into both halves, as there is a lot of domination as Lee, an inaccurate pass, dumps it off of his shin, and we have to scramble, but we maintain possession. Let's keep rolling. Cannon, Lee, McLean, all on the left side. Into the box. Palmer knocks it down. Mullen, handball. Andrew, you never have to apologize for life influencing things. But you missed a Palmer header off a player and a Palmer goal. It was well crossed in. Palmer was able to get it knocked down. Rebound came out to him off the header, and so he just said thanks very much. Mullen and him were there, but Palmer took it. And we're up 1-0. Lots of control in this one early. Free kick to us. Yeovil getting angry. Little push there. Do you have to heat Johnsonville cheddar with double cheddar sausage links? Yes. Pre-cooked, but always heated. Who would eat cold sausage? That's just not on. That's worse than cold poutine. 995 subscribers. 98. Just hit 100 into the live chat. Watching along. As we've continued, we're now at 39% possession for them, 61% for us, and we're up to 5 shots here. Nothing yet for Yeovil, and I don't want to jinx it, is here they come on a run to the midfield stripe, and a bad pass, and away goes, and that's got to be a yellow. Clumsy or not, that's dangerous. Just threw his body down and wiped him out at the knees. Enough of the craziness. It's cold. Nobody wants to get tanked into. Ugh. Like, I know he probably didn't intend to fall there, but that's just too much contact. Do you need another counter for bad ref calls? Maybe we give that one to John. It would never move up to 1. Oh, cold blood pudding. Don't. Yuck. And nobody can criticize me for my Clamato juice love if you're not going to drink, or if you're going to drink, if you're going to eat cold blood pudding. Had a long cross from the midfield stripe. Looked onside, but they blew it down for the offside. It went way over top anyways. 3 points is good, right? 3 points is good. Yes, okay, Andrew. Thank you for that. I will take it. Cocktail sausages. Long ball down the pitch. 26 minutes have passed. And Yeovil with, a little bit of a threat here. Able to pick a little flick pass, and they're into the penalty area. Tried to cross it in. Evans says no. He gets denied. Going to go out for a throw. Whittle's looking. Do they have somebody who can throw in the bomb? No, Steven, that's Clamato juice. It's clam and tomato mixed together. Nobody would ever do it the other way. And 22 days, the Christmas presents are mostly purchased, and the boys are freaking excited. We've got to write a letter to Santa tonight. That's on the agenda in the home. Yeovil with it. A little bit of possession here for them as they're starting to eke their way forward. Back to the center backs. Cooper. Still bringing it back to the center backs. Just got to set things up here. Smith. And they've got this other guy, Idahan, and somebody will have to look for him. I couldn't find his number. I don't know how long he's been with the club. He's not on their website, so it is what it is. Williams with it, back in the center back, missed it. Just a little clumsy right now from Yeovil. Long may it continue. All the way back, like they've struggled enough with their own Notts County-like passing. Man, that game, if you haven't seen the Notts County Shrewsbury highlights, you got to pull that one up, because there's actually people on Twitter talking about whether there was match fixing involved, because the giveaways were just that bad. Georges taking control of Christmas. Well done, sir. Midfield stripe. Possession from Yeovil, but still nothing really moving forward past just into the midfield stripe. So they're going to try a long ball in. Had it away, but Yeovil's there to collect. Now, as I say that, they're pushing into the penalty area for the first time, and he's there for a crack. Not what you want to see. Lands right on his foot on the right side. Missed, went over top of the net. But that's Newble. So you get headed down right to him. O'Connor plays it and lets him releases, and Newble turns. The ball comes right back to him, right footer, and he misses by a foot up over top. The color of the pitch. My eyes are getting a little sideways. That was too much of a chance. I don't like that. I don't want any more of that. Easy controlled game would be best. That's what I'm after. Lee down the left side as we start to push the ball forward. 29th minute. And here we go. Lee looking for the right footer across. Gets it in front of the area. Cannon. That looks like Jones. Jones up forward. Back interplay with Jones. Over to Cannon. We're still in the center of the pitch. Over to the left-hand side. Going to be McLean sitting here. Dancing. Taking on his man. Front of the area. Looks to move it forward. Back and over to Lee. And it ends up getting a deflection. And Lee thought that was going to go the other way. Yee. We put that flop counter out there for you, Brendan, and nobody flopping. Scott, a Yeovil fan, joining us on the Facebook channel to cheer on Yeovil. Welcome. No, we don't want to replay. We already got that in Aldershot and Stockport, and that's great for Aldershot, and also good for us as Stockport gets to play an extra one. But let's get into it. Long ball hoofed down by Day. Tozer heads it away. Too far. Whoop. We get there first. Free kick going to go the other way. Is that going to be a card? No, just a top. Oh, yes, it is a yellow card. I don't know if that was going to deserve to be a... He was close. The flop counter, Jurgis, is just down below the scoreboard that I added for W&G, who's not here to update the scores, but that's fine. I can. You should be able to see it. The problem is when I point, the camera's different than what it shows up on YouTube, but it's just down in the corner next to the subscriber button, still stuck on 995 as we sit at 104 people. Yes, RKO. I don't know about the late, but the no ball contact and going in a little aggressive, that gets it for me. Up to 6 shots. I know they've got 1. I know that it was inaccurate, but you're going to have to give that to Newble, who pumped it up over top. Day with it. Control on the left side as their possession numbers start to move up a little bit. Still 93% accurate passing for us. Jurgis, old eyes. Gray on gray, maybe not, or white on gray, maybe not the best option. Scott, if you YouTube for @TheRedHorde, you'll be able to find us up there. So feel free to jump on over from Facebook or Twitch, or if you're watching there, jump on over and join in on the chat from there. You'll have to subscribe, but that helps me out. Yeah, I think trying to get there. Oh, Laura, you're out. All right. Have a good one. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon, evening. So yeah, Scott, anybody else who's watching Facebook, Twitch, @TheRedHorde at YouTube, feel free to go there, hit the subscribe button, the like button, get the algorithm gods going. We're going downhill on the broadcast, on the chatting. We're down to 95. That happens every once in a while. As Wrexham maintains control, gets it up over to the left-hand side, tries to keep it in, but it's going to go out, and we're going to get a throw flicked into play. Nice little cheeky move there to slow down the throw-in. Can't play it quickly when there's 2 balls in play. So Yeovil tries to cheat it forward and gets told, no, you can't do that either. Yeovil, flick on, cleared out. Yeovil able to maintain possession. Young. Challenged and pushed, but he gets it to Worthington. Worthington, right side across the center field stripe over to Williams. Williams, down to Cooper. He gets a little push. Lee takes it, and well done. Ref lets that one go as there was a bit of a flop there, looking for the free kick behind Mullen, but he's able to control it. Lee grabs it. Yeah, that's not really a good pass. But he gets pushed in the back. Cooper with the push. Broadcaster saying you got to be careful. Here comes the captain to say, please settle down. Yeah, just unnecessary push in the back. Flop counter, +1. He's saying Lee went down early. Hey, when you got somebody coming after you, you're going to chase it down. Rude, Laura. Rude. That's what we do, Patrick. We give Brendan full control of the flop counter. 1 more subscriber, 4 away from 1,000. Bloody hell. Lee with it, left side. Into the box, into the penalty area. Whoa! Pull on the jersey. Mullen fights through. I just don't like that stuff. And McLean gets it in, deflected. Comes on, lands to Mullen's feet. Gets it over. Cannon, left side. McLean, cross. Skips in front. Yeovil's able to get their foot on it. That was dangerous because it skipped by like 3 bodies before it ended up getting cleared by Yeovil. Hikes. We move up into the 3rd round, and we know who our potential competition is going to be, but I'm not going to talk about it until after. Morning, Alex. Thanks for joining. A fussy counter baby. It wouldn't be fussy baby. It'd be raging toddler counter. The eldest was upset today because he wanted to join for the half. Whoa. Brendan's gone crazy on the flops. Hey, Scott, I appreciate you joining over. Thanks, man, as we're narrowing in on the 1,000. Yeovil with it. Young cross into the box, headed away, right down to their feet, headed. Oh, Chomp with the save. Chomp off a Cooper's left from distance. That was no joke. That was a cracker of a save. Hi. Right when he got there, I was like, please go over, because that had some thump curling away, and Chomp able to get from over to his left. It had that corner pegged, two hands fisted. Unreal. John, you'll be celebrating that one. Oh, wow. Still got a corner to deal with. Going to be an in-swinger here. Headed out towards the center of the area. Up in the air. Scramble. Yeovil running out to collect it. Yay. That was one where off of his foot, it had enough pace that the only thing I was hoping was that's got to go over the net or it's in. Like, I honestly thought that was going to find twine. Oh, I wouldn't be a Wrexham game without needing a little bit of defibrillator action and making sure that we had whatever aspirins we needed to ensure our hearts were working by the end of it. Yikes. Control them. Tozer. Long ball up over top. Too far. Goalie has to retreat. Not too far then if Palmer's able to get there, and he is. Plays it over to McLean. Two guys on. Who's in the center of the box? McLean challenging. Gets it out to Lee. Lee's looking to do a switch. Nope. Going to stay on the left side. Lee dancing. Goes through the middle. Got a direction. Palmer directing traffic. In Palmer with another deflection, but no, it's cleared by Yeovil. We're still in there. Mendy tries to get it back into the box, but Yeovil grabs it and cleared. Lots of little tappy passes by Yeovil before they clear. Evans crossed up Newble with the little dance backwards. That flop counter better get another nudge there, because had possession, had the ball, had position on the player, feels a push on the back and ends up hitting the ground and gives up possession. Don't like it. Don't like it. Yeah, who's the flop VAR? Oh, this kids playing with the camera or with the mic or the light. I don't even know what they're playing with, and it's messing with my world. Still 6 shots now, 2 to Yeovil Town. We're still there in possession at 60%, but Yeovil's starting to get set in a little bit. I would like to see another one here, especially before the half. Let's get into it. Yeovil right at midfield, going to have a throw in on the right-hand side. Yeah, lots of people celebrating the Shrewsbury thing. Andrew, and I get the local love. I was hoping for a big away day. I mean, I know everybody's going to be itching, but an away day in a stadium with 10,000, it'll be fun. It'll be lots of excitement. There will be lots of heart into it if we get there. And I said the S word. I'm not supposed to talk about the S word. Stephen, you can always hit the pause button on your remote or stream it backwards and be right on target. But I appreciate where you're coming from. 93 of us sitting in the chat. 996, looking to get to 1,000 today. Giveaway by Jones, and here comes Yeovil in the counter attack. Mendy chasing him down. Man, he's quick. Oh, that's garbage. That's the weakest shirt pull fall to the ground thing I've seen for a while. Yeah, I'm not doubting that. Don't want to have to travel the 3-4 hours or whatever it is. Is he asking for a card? Why is the coach getting into it here? The flop counter sits at 3. Left foot hoof down to the center of the pitch. Newble able to get possession there and take over in front of Tozer. Lee knocks it down though. Palmer down to help out. Do we advance it forward? We do. Mullen all by himself can he get there before it goes out, and can support get up to allow him to do anything? Mullen says, forget it. I'm taking you on. Into the penalty area. Cross. Still a live ball. Punched out, and it's going to be a goal kick. Unfortunate there with the bounce. I know that was weak, Dave. It was a weak free kick, but Especially if you're going to call that one. There was the one that I just called a flop earlier where he said you don't fall if you feel touch on the back. Well, apparently maybe you do. Catherine's calling a 9 flop game. That trombone. I think I can. Well, no, I don't know. I can't do that. I can do it if I control it, but I've given the controls over to Brendan. Womp, 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 womp. The Price is Right trombone. 41st minute. Man, this first half has flown by, hasn't it? Like just ripping through. McLean with it. Left side now. Gets it to the center of the pitch. We're dancing around the midfield stripe. McLean's calling for it from O'Connor. Gets it down. Palmer says, give it to me. He's offside. Yeah. And it was there for Mullen on the cross. But he was... That overlap just... He was a good 1.5 feet too far forward. A flopping fish gif. I think I can actually do that. And then you hit the flop counter and it pops up. I'll see what I can do. There's other tricks I'm learning here with this OBS software. Who would have thought that this would have been a part-time hobby? Is finding new little tweaks to end up... This thing's going to be so loaded, there's going to be no screen. It's going to look like a NASCAR side, the side of a NASCAR with all ads and graphics everywhere. It seems to be working for me. If people have criticism, I mean, let me know. The announcer's saying the chances have been equal. Are we watching the same game? I mean, they've had one from Newell. There was a cross. They're going to get a throw in from the corner. But, I mean, they've got 2 shots, one of them on target, to our 6 shots, 2 on target. We've had one big chance, possession 60-40. I don't know. I felt like we've been relatively in control on this one. The Garnache. Yes, Laura. I think everybody's seen that. How do you miss that bicycle kick? It was an absolute cracker. That's exactly it, Georges. See who scored. That's a good question. Yeah, I can do a text thing somewhere potentially. I'll see if I can do that. I just would have to type it in, but then it would sit up with a counter up at the top. I might be able to do that. I'll see if I can set that up for the next one. Free kick. Lee gets the yellow card. What are we? 15 meters, 15 yards away from the front of the box. We're going to set up... Champa's lining up 5. So they think they're going to have a crack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the wall for us. And 1 just off. Young. Gonna line this up. Left footer. Oh, it could come from the right. Is he going to try and in-swing it from around the outside of the wall? Lee's leaking over there. Oh, woodwork. Woodwork. That was a thump. That was impressive. Yikes. Do not want, but I will wake up, Andrew. Man, that was a hell of a shot by Young. Got it over on to the left part of the wall, the right side if you're facing Chomp, and Howard diving desperately from left to right, and like the save that he had previously, it looked like it was going to go in, but pounds off the woodwork. And we're fortunate. We're fortunate Lee gets away with one maybe there. Getting close. I don't think there's going to be too much. We had Hayden go down, but he wasn't on the pitch for long, and we've had the goals. So what are we looking at? 3 minutes? Yeah, Adrian could definitely be 2-1. Just not a lot of giddy up. Lots of control from Wrexham, but not a lot of giddy up. And to be honest, Yeovil's happy to sit back and play possum and just take its chances as it deflects a couple of times and rolls over. That was a pretty decent impact there. That was just the consequence of being shorter that he ended up smashing his face into his chest. 3 minutes. Man, I think that's like 3 extra time minute calls in a row that I've had correct. I should give myself like a donut or something. Day gets it played, and away we go. Gonna run to the half. 4 people away, 4 from 1,000. If you're here, hit that subscribe button. Dumping down, gonna be a throw in here. I don't know what to. It's hard to get excited about this one because everybody's so lethargic on the pitch. The frozen, cold, including all of those people sitting on the seats in the background there who look absolutely numb. Evans back and forth. Nice little ball keeping that forward. And then it gets thumped down again. We've got Palmer running into space, tripped up. Rolls out, and it's going to be a Tozer bomb from the outside. Move a bunch of bodies in, and let's get there. Andrew didn't even see what happened with the Hayden injury. It's right when we scored the goal, and all we saw was him saw him sitting on the ground, looking concerned. And so it wasn't something that we have any comment on or I can provide an update on, and they didn't show a replay. So Tozer leaning back, throw coming in, long, nope, short post. Knocked down to the cracker, and, good save, good, it's in! He had it, knocked it down with his right, but Cannon with a bullet from the right side there, it was deflected out, and I thought he made the save. I called it, great save. Dave got it with the right hand, but it bounced off the ground and then rolled up over top to him, and it goes in. We are fortunate, lucky, but we take it. Cannon with a bullet that you just can't stop. Hammered it. Get in. So headed away right into the center, bounced off the ground, knocked it down, and it just rolls up over top. It was a tough one because it was a skipping ball that came forward. And the announcer saying expecting more from Day, and you actually probably would, but they all saw it. All the fans in the back saw it coming in. Yeah, take it. Get in. Let's go. And I haven't bumped the score up. What am I doing? 2-0 for the good guys. Yes! And I get a celebratory subscriber. 3 away. Top spin. Yes, indeed. That was, you know what? You got to give Cannon some chutzpah. He's kind of come out of nowhere. I mean, everyone was expecting him to be one of those people fighting for a role in the midfield spot. But the last 3-4 games, he's come in, and the first 2 just sort of bossing possession and pushing the ball through the midfield, and now recently getting up there and having his crack and doing damage. So, second of the campaign for him. That's good stuff. 35 degrees Fahrenheit, or to the rest of the world, 0 Celsius. Another free kick. Cannon laying down the ground. Young going to have another crack. I think that one's too far away. And this will be the last play of the half. Roy, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm also in Canada. West Coaster here. Out in Vancouver, but grew up in Saskatchewan. You'll have to tell me where you're coming from. Is there's still 3 provinces and 2 territories that haven't joined us. If you're from Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Saskatchewan, Yukon, or the Northwest Territories. So going to be a crack again from Young, center of the pitch, 3 in the wall, everybody else stacked over to the right-hand side. Young, we know, can thump it because he already hammered one off the woodwork, and here's his crack, and just scooped into the belly. 2 away from 1,000 as we sit at the half. Going to go to commercials. Snow is here. Not here in Vancouver as of yet, and I will take it. Beaumont, Alberta. I did my law school in Calgary, so close enough, maybe. I don't know. But always nice to have people here. As the Christmas lights start flicking in the background. Interesting half in the sense that 2-0 up, and we certainly dominated in control, but Yeovil had those 2 impressive shots. Young with one, and who had the other one? Cooper with the other. Cooper got stopped by Howard with an amazing save going from right to left. And that's where it is. I chatted about the membership stuff as I will get set up here for the second half. Talked about the membership stuff early on. I'm 2 away from 1,000. That gets us the ability to start getting some ad revenue. I think you guys might get stuck with some advertisements that you might have to skip as you go through things. We'll figure that out. Peace for me to watch your streaming. My wife just left the house. She's got a part-time cleaning job at the Racecourse. Des, you're supposed to be... Oh, I imagine it's just hard to get tickets, but I'm happy to be whatever peace and solace you can find when your wife is out of the home. Yes, we had Northern Ireland because I just counted you as Northern Ireland. I did that right at the outset. Problem is that I don't know if Northern Ireland's actually on as a separate country. It should be, but I don't know if it is on this map. And whether I remember scratching it off, I'll check that one, but it should be. I'm with you taking a defender. See, for me, and this is a conversation to be had with everybody for certain, is what we're looking at in the window. And that's why I was surprised that we're looking for a midfielder. It's not a need. Where are our needs? I mean, if Ogonko's out, maybe there. But to me, it's in the back line, and it's potentially somebody else to run as an upgrade with Mullen. That's where we end up needing somebody. So... I'm just going to end up snooping here on how to do a couple of things because I've 2 away from 1,000. I am absolutely mind blown as I'm watching the highlights here. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts on. I don't even want to talk about the third round draw. Not what I'm interested in doing at all. $999. Are you kidding me? Roy, thank you for being number 999. We'll see if we can get to 1,000 and who wants to hit that magic number to get it up there. It's a milestone. It's a freaking milestone. And it's almost it's hard to now focus on other things because when I started this 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, wherever we're at, it thought about doing it in May. I never anticipated it would be this big. I was just looking at this as a hobby, and now we've got a nice little community on the watch party. The videos, I'd like to have more time to be able to punch those across and get them out, but they're certainly a work in progress. And so it's been an amazing process. What I'm going to do here in the interim is I'm going to sit here and I know that Tuesday we're back with the game against Burton Albion, and I'm going to have to work from home for that one. And then we've got Forest Green away. So a little bit of time here coming up. That one at 11:30 a.m. Pacific start. So you'll be doing that at, I believe that's 2:30 p.m. Out on the West Coast. Drum roll 1,000. Everybody's getting excited. I'm certainly trying to just keep the chatter going until we get there. I don't even know if the whole thing's going to explode and what's going to happen. But Burton Albion, 11:30 Pacific, out here under the lights at Stoke Kras. That'll be awesome. And so far, the Aldi experience not working for Yeovil. Man, what a brilliant bit of advertising that is. Do you think, Andrew? I mean, it's in. I'm going to bring your comment up. That's worthy of a chit chat about. Hey, we'll come back to that. I'm going to have to figure out how to move the button over as it has happened. I am absolutely flabbergasted that the transition has happened. And I get to hit that button and say thank you. This is crazy. I don't know what to say. I want to thank all of you guys. especially the people that have been there from the start and you know who you are. I'm going to miss names if I name them all off. But you've been there for the watch parties. You've been chatting with me through Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp and helping me with information, helping, volunteering and helping out when I couldn't be there for things, contributing videos. So to all of you guys, thank you. This is kind of cool for me is now there's a little bit of revenue, not a lot, but it's, you know, something to build on as we end up going upwards and onwards. And all of that, I mean, I'm going to cover some costs. I'm going to put some into the system. I'm just looking to build this as a nice little thing that we can end up, you know, buy some merch and do giveaways, support the charities in Wrexham directly to the club through advertising, like just have some fun with it and build it all up. I mean, if it gets big and blows up crazy, then we can talk about, you know, paying people to contribute and doing all sorts of things if it gets that massive. But for right now, I'm just having a blast with a hobby. And yeah, so pretty crazy. So there it is, 1,000 subscribers. I don't even know what to say, and I'm not going to be able to. It says 100. I can't change my subscriber thing. I'm gonna have to do that through streams. But yeah, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna do our thing. Hey, what's wrong with my acceptance speech? Thanks, Doc. Yeah, what's wrong? It's a big thing. You gotta take the good and the bad, right? I'll have to go to Stream Elements here afterwards and see what we can pump up. And the other thing, I'm just going to trigger this as a feature. I'm going to go to here. Where are we? And I'm going to turn on the memberships, which should trigger memberships down below, which I'm not saying you have to. The only reason I'm setting this up down below on YouTube is because there were people who were donating money and I felt guilty because I couldn't give anything back. So 99 cents a month, cancel at any time. And so I'm not saying you have to do it, that you're interested. You get a nice little badge and some emojis and all that sort of stuff that you can use and just a little something. And let's see if I can figure out how to go to Stream Elements and fix my little graphic. And I am a Canucks fan. I saw that coming as I was scrolling, so I appreciate it, Peter. And yeah, good times. I'm just happy that you guys are enjoying it. I mean, for me, this all started with I'm going to be learning about the team, so I want to be able to put it out there. And yes, beat Calgary last night, as they should, having gone to law school in Calgary and going to lots of games at the Saddledome. I needed that win. The badges are not retroactive. I looked into how to do that. And oh, I should also say to some of you that have been contributing directly on the site. So that's Jed who makes the videos, Brendan with the flop counter and jumping online, and to W&G and to John. I'm going to gift some memberships. So I don't want you guys to contribute. We'll talk afterwards about how to make sure I can get those out, because I think that's only fair. I'm not looking you guys deserve a badge. You deserve more than a badge. So yeah, I've got to try and figure out how to get this all set up here. Connect with YouTube. And I'm trying to figure out how and remember how I logged into this thing so that I can get my dashboard up, so I can fix my Stream Elements. But it's been so long ago, I don't even remember how I logged in. So I will figure it out as we're going through things. Activity feed, not much is happening, so I'm on the wrong one. Oh, I'm sweating in here. It's been extra large with the fussy baby counter or the toddling counter for sure. Still waiting for the players to come out. It feels like the halftime's gone now really, really quick. It's been crazy. I fully expect I'm going to bounce below 1,000 and above 1,000 as we go forward here. It's kind of anticipated when you do this sort of thing. As I'm looking to fix my streaming tools and go to my elements and talk this out loud. So I can fix the graphic and make it full, because if I go like that, will that do it? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. I'm going to have to figure that out later. We're just going to sit with the subscriber button as it is, or otherwise I'm not going to be able to chat with all of you guys, and that's the whole point of this. So it will sit where it's at, and we will figure it all out. I'm hoping he gets back for the league game. I certainly don't want him for the trophy game. I'm hoping we go young again. I know that we're playing Burton Albion, but this is a depth test, and you can put out Hosanna and Waters and Bickerstaff and do all that sort of stuff. Where is the Wrexham logger? It's too early in the morning. It's still 8:47 a.m. where I'm at, so I'm doing this. Oh, fine, I did say it. You know what? I'm going to go have a beer. Whatever. It's 8:47. I'm going to run and be right back. Just give me 5 seconds here. Well, longer than that. Oh, yeah. We got a beer and a crying kid who sees her dad go running in for a beer and then comes right back out. So it is 8:48 in the morning, and we're going to go with the Phillips Brew Dino Sour beer. I know, you guys are going to say, I had a hazy pale ale in there, I had a Pilsner, a whole bunch of independent breweries. And I said, you know what? A little bit of sugar in the morning up with your beer never hurts, and let's make it sour. Something that you guys don't have enough of in England, independent breweries. People making sour beers. But this is what I said, so I said I was going to have a beer. Here we go. Whew. And, that one's sour in the morning. Yeah, the fussy baby counter got a knock on that one for sure. It absolutely did. Closing everything down here to slow everything down. Sours rock. They do. I don't know where they've been and why they're not massive everywhere. But I was looking for one when I was in the UK last, and maybe it's just Doncaster and they just have bad beer taste in Doncaster. I don't know. But no sour beers to be found anywhere. But Jed, thanks, man. I appreciate your help on this process and project, and Brandon W&G, the subscribers who have joined in on this and gone through the old guard. Sour beer. It's not a promotion, but Phillips is a craft brewery. They make some sour beer. It's good. I don't know if I'm all for the marketing. It looks like it's an energy drink, but it's a delicious beer, so I have it. Traditional in all of their tastes. I mean, you look at even the food. I'm not going to say the food is bad, but it's like simple seasoning, always meant to, like, if you want a potato, you want it to taste like a potato, so you eat jacket potatoes, right? If you want beans, you have beans and you'll put it on toast. It's not bad. It's got to get the counter up because, man, they got onto the pitch in a hurry. Kim says the food is bad. Well, it certainly ain't poutine. Definitely isn't Poutine. Lining it up. Referee's directing. And we're underway. And the counter doesn't start. There we go. Still sitting with the horrible camera angle in the back of the pitch. Somebody's sleeping at the FA Cup as we try to figure everything out here from the back. Set up at the Cop, watching the stadium. Now, I guess maybe the nice thing is you get to see the game from if you were sitting in the Cop. It's kind of like, for a lot of people, this would be the angle they prefer, bringing them back to the days of yore. Poutine counter. Yeah, that would be classic. Man, I'm going to be hitting the mic button a lot, though, to get the gas out. So we're going to have a corner. Going to be an outswinger from the left side. We're going towards the Cop for this one. It's been a long time since we've gone towards the Cop in the second half of a match. As I'm down to... here comes far post, still dangerous ball, but gets up there. Odd that the keeper didn't come out and just collect that, but left it for his defender to clear it, and he did. And here we go, cross into the box again, and it's there. Oof. Dangerous on the far post as Day slept on it and didn't get back. So, looking much better to start the half on this one. So are you getting the corner here? We're digging. Is Lee doing all right? What's Mullen looking at? Going to get a corner then from that last one. Going to come from the right side. Be an in-swinger from McLean. He's lined up. Drop the fist. Here we go. Flat ball. Cleared away. Back for another corner. I would love to have a third. I would love to have a third here. Give Mullen one. I think Mullen's on an 8-game streak scoring in the FA Cup. Knocked down. Mullen was there. Went to Palmer. Palmer got it cleared away, and it's back. Mendy settling it down. Looks right. Says no. I'll go left. He's running. Wrexham starting to spread out back from the box. And here we go. Far kick forward, and it rolls too far. Day lining up with it, looking for the kick. It needs to get a yellow or something. No, Kim. We're not looking for yellows here. So here we sit. Yeovil with it, 2-0. FA Cup, looking forward to trying to get this across the line. Possession sitting at 58-42% as Yeovil started to set himself up a little bit better. Somewhat a little concerning there, but we've been back and just plays like this where O'Connor knocks it down and gets it across. Cannon plays it back, and then Tozer settles it down and he moves it forward. And this is sort of the play as Mullen, just almost got that nick there and gives the thumbs up for the play back. Howdy, Deandra. It's a pleasure having you back. Lee's got it. Left side, midfield stripe, searching, running along parallel to the midfield stripe. Gets it up to Jones. Jones advances on the right side. Mendy towards the center, looking into the box, up to Palmer. He flicks it on, leaves it for Mullen. Mullen doesn't get to it, and Yeovil does. Clears. Just thump down the field, and O'Connor says, thanks, I'll head it the other way, and away we go. Oof. That could have been a free kick. Kind of came down on Lee and limited his ability to get up and climb the ladder for the header. Oh, it says subscribers. Oh, that one's running. That says you got to go through your international provider. So the only other thing I haven't run today is the states which states we haven't had in. So let's swap that one over here. And I'll bring up the rosters one more time instead of the graphic for 1,000 subscribers. Where's rosters? There we go. Bring that one up over. Howard's got it, collects it, and we're easy rolling forward here. Howard with it now. Sets it down, decides, no, I'm just going to play it for Tozer, and lets Tozer walk it from the back line through the center of the pitch. Just calling for players to come forward, left side. So running on the screen below you, those are the countries that we've had people tune in before. If you're, well, not a free kick there, so they're coming forward. Newble with it then. Right side, looking to get a cross in. It's knocked down. Cleared by Cannon. Oh, not a good clearance, though. Kick coming forward. Cannon's got to do better. It landed right on the edge of the area, and Yeovil ended up grabbing it with a right foot. Cooper's looking for a corner. I didn't think it was a corner. I thought that was right off of his foot, to be fair. But we'll take it. Just not a good clear here by Cannon. Cannon, you got to get some thump on that. Instead, he just served it right to the edge of the penalty area. Georges counting them out. I can't do nothing about it. I have the children's. Brendan says it was deflected. Palmer with it midfield. Cannon forward. O'Connor's dancing around the midfield stripe. Here we go. Moving into the area. Lee spins back. God, he's good with the ball. No, Georges, keep it going. It's funny, man. I got a sense of humor. I'm good. I have to have a sense of humor because there's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to have munchkins whining in the background, but I shall power through and then buy my wife some wine afterwards so that she can officially be appreciated for allowing me to have the freedom to sit here and chat through a microphone to you guys. What do we got coming in here? 97 people. It hasn't been a full day, but I guess everybody terrestrial being able to log in, they're going to end up picking that up rather than logging in with me. Sunday afternoon, different game. Day with it. Jed, how is that even possible? All the way to Canada and we're ahead. Good on Sportsnet. Mendy's got it. Kicks it back. All good, Deandra. I don't mind that. Not much going on. Just the ball getting punched around 20 meters on either side of half, and Yeovil's got it now, looking to try and crack into our final third. And they've got an opportunity down the right side here, taking on Tozer in the corner. O'Connor fills in the man running in, Newble from the back, out to the front of the area. That overtime goal by Marchand, that just defines the Bruins and the Leafs slightly, doesn't it? In any event. Still clicking around, Yeovil just sniffing around the right side of the pitch, close to the box, looking to find an entry. Oh, it's cleared in but deflected, and so Yeovil's able to collect in the middle of the area. Got lots of room over to the left-hand side. Mendy's running out there to scramble, so they turn around, and they'll play it back to the right side. Into the area. Right. It's good. 3 points. A good left-footed clearance up over top. I think that's crazy. Jed was just saying the same thing, that how is it possible to watch on ITV? You guys are local. it's getting streamed to Canada through the internet, out to me, and coming back to you, and I still got you beat. Be the first time ever. Pushing the back. Mullins able to gain control. Midfield stripe. Wrexham still with it. 58%, 55%, 45%. Not shots are still 7 to us. They've got 4. At least we're up in the corners 3-1 and on the scoreboard. Oh, nice little interplay between Mullen and Palmer. As Palmer turns left, he's got players both ways, goes to Mullen in the center of the pitch, who tries to turn on it, can't, and Palmer ends up bullying the player, and away he goes. 45 seconds. That's disgusting. That is gross. You can send your... They have been RKO, 100%. John's calling for Brendan to bump the flop, and it's up to 5. That might be the first time, circle the date on the calendar, that John and Brendan saw eye to eye on a flop. I think that flop meter is maybe the best part of the whole watch party. I'm so happy that I had that idea and was able to put it into effect. I hope Brendan's having a laugh with it too every time there's a flop and a chuckle. Deflected out by O'Connor on the outside. 104 people streaming in and watching so far. Having a blast. Over to Williams on the in the center of the pitch as he gets it across here. Over to... did we have a sub? Or is that Idahen playing in the back? It must be. The one guy who didn't have a jersey number, and I finally see his name in the second part. Yeovil still with control, just sitting in the center of the pitch, searching, bringing it all the way back to the center backs, middle of the pitch, and they're playing just interplay between 3 players around the running Wrexham defenders. Looking to build some confidence, they say. Possession getting a 50-50, closer and closer, so says the announcer. You'll have to tell me what Mark Griffiths ends up saying about this one. John, I might be able to do that, actually. I might actually be able to do that. Not the best when it comes to the graphics, especially the animated stuff, but I'll set it up. Newble, left side. Gets it over to Whittle, who gets the cross in. It's going to be cleared off by Tozer, and we're going to have a corner here from the left side. Let's not get lazy here. Let's stay control, because ULAL won in, and it's a brand new ball game. And I don't want any inkling as to what happened on Tuesday. Just keep the control, keep the ball moving forward. Taken short, pumped into the center of the box, and now it's blown down. And what do we got here? An offside? Offside. I looked up a little late, so I missed that one. So yeah, no Harrogate backups. Yeah, I think it is 8 in a row that Mullins has been, knock on all the wood, but 8 FA Cup matches in a row that he has scored at least 1 goal. Lee Swaby is the man today. I think we've had him this season already. Is that... Oh, is this... It is him. Is this Swaby again that's refereeing? Because give that guy all the credit in the world if it's the same guy that we had for the last time. Just lets him play, doesn't get involved, doesn't get in the drama, and a bad giveaway there for us. Is that within Tozer throw-in territory? Palmer takes it quickly in any event. Jones. Cannon. Tozer, Cannon, Tozer, Cannon. Up through the center of the pitch. Yeovil able to nick it, get it back to Day, and they're going to come back the other way on us. 60th minute. It's a Sunday morning. 9 o'clock. We're drinking sour beers and talking football. It doesn't get much better than this. I'm enjoying the sleepy game. I'm going to be honest. Like, as much as it's hard to get excited and call like a really exciting game or get involved into it, it's not what we want right now. Just, nice little play by Lee to go to knee and able to maintain that, as I thought that was getting stripped and going the other way. Good stuff. We can have him again. Palmer gets a free kick for just being too strong. Looking to push the ball forward. Yeovil is. They pull it back. It comes all the way back to Day. Big hoof ball down the center of the pitch. And it ends up getting knocked down, and Newble says why. Pushed off. Referee says settle down. They're having a little bit of a discussion. And Tozer's saying, like, I got a fat lip, you donkey. Rick Middleton. Yes, Boston Bruins. And is Lee like Middleton? Just sort of. Middleton was a master of all trades. Or sorry, what's the saying? Master of none. Oh my, that's a flop. That's going for a corner. And the referee's sitting there saying that's a push in the back. Holy, that might be the flop of the year, as I try to distract because I can't remember the idiom. Jack of all trades, master of none. That's it. Middleton was a jack of all trades, master of none. He was solid defensively. He was solid offensively. He was nifty. He was all those sorts of things. Lee, I think, has more offensive pop than Middleton did. But then I have to go through the DB stuff. But just gets into the dirty areas, makes the right play, and that I can definitely see the Middleton comparison. Catherine's feeling bad with the estimate of 9 flops, and now she's getting close and she's worried. And fair enough, because to be fair, the pace has picked up a lot in the second half here. Looking for the flops is Yeovil, just kicking it around on the right-hand side. Williams gets it over to the right to Cooper, who looks to long ball it down, and well done by O'Connor, because he had 2 men screaming into the corner behind him, and it gets kicked up forward. I don't like the fact that we're going through the air and just clearing it as much now. Kim, yeah, I admit he did. But Lee, to me, Middleton's focus wasn't offensive. He just was good at it. Lee is different. I think he's got a higher bar offensively than Middleton, if you're drawing the comparison. I mean, I'm splitting apples and oranges here. I can definitely see why the comparison is there. And the other thing that is, I don't think Lee gets credit for how good he is. And that was certainly true with Middleton. Middleton was loved in Boston only and known in Boston only, really. When you're with the players that he was playing against, he just didn't come across as a superstar, right? Flop sensitive. God. All right. We're going to have a kick here from Chomp. Sitting in the 64th minute. The clock is running as they're pulling the substitutes, and Low Everton's going to come out of the game and give way for somebody who I don't know in their Aldi Greens pinstripes. I hope Mark Spencer's gives Aldi the grief now for sponsoring a club that beat an Aldi club once we pull all this out, of course. Yeah, John, like I'm saying, I'm not saying he wasn't offensive. I'm saying that wasn't his focus. He was a defensive forward who was exceptionally capable on both sides, and just had the capacity to fill. I think Lee is a little bit more offensive focused than Middleton was, and a little bit less defensive. I mean, we're going back to when I was 10 years old here, so. Thanks, Hosen. That and Denmark's a new country, so we get two things here. Is that takes another country off the list, and I will certainly add to that. So thanks for joining. Oh, Mendy just missed it over to the right out of nowhere. Just sort of a back pass from the right-hand side. And Mendy said, I'll have a crack then. Goes left footer and just drags it to the side. Mullen says, here, Mendy, take that. And Mendy goes, all right, I will. Oh, just snuck it in. You know what? Missed by about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. But I will take that. Man, I'm still getting the Middleton grief. Don't talk bad about the Bruins. What the hell? Not his focus. That's just my opinion. What I remember. Yeah, DeAndre, like that's a reminder, like whether it be the baby sound effect or a goal or a new country alert or all that sort of stuff, there's a way to make hotkeys and have little graphics going. I don't want to make it too difficult, and I don't know if I can figure out the technology, but I think that would be fun to have, is hit a little button and it puts out a little thing. I'll do my research and we'll have a chat. Thanks, Nemo, for joining the party. Oh, what did I just do there? Well, to be fair, they've been pretty quiet lately, but I left the beer open. I left the beer open when I went to go get the door, and that's why you can hear them. Winner, winner, chicken parm dinner. Getting back to the game here, 67th minute. 8 attempts on target, so I'm going to have to bump my shot clock up all the way back to day. Just nothing moving forward from us. We're sort of happy to sit back and take shape as Yeovil tries to get it forward, and here they come again. So the possession's now 52-48. Shots are now 7-6, although I imagine I've got 7 on FOTMOB, but 8 through the FA Cup channel on Sportsnet, ESPN, and wherever you're watching terrestrially. 101 people sitting in the chat, and Yeovil just sniffing around, kicking the ball around the back to the center, midfield stripe. Mullins up there is the only guy forward. Everybody else is just back, settling in, getting comfortable, and dealing with their stuff. Alex says hi. Welcome. I almost feel like it's going to come with this. Whenever that test comes out, you're always a little bit nervous to see, are they going to send out something naughty? Yeah, John, it's games like that, I don't know who to cheer for. I don't like either of those clubs, so. Up forward, Jones, right-footed. He's led him. He's onside. Mullen running forward. Ball rolled a little too far, so now he's got to wait for support, or he's got to do a dance. And he decides to take a shot, and it just lands in the basket a day. And away we go. Oh, we're going to go with the spam, are we? All right, I'll get ready in a second. And if he comes back, we'll ban him. Just don't be a dip. Don't be a dip. Evans has it. Corner for Yeovil. They don't take it into the box. They pump it out to the front, and away it comes. Oh, little deflection, but Chomp is able to go out there and collect it, so we will take it. Yeah, I think it's still only 1,000, but it is blocking, and I've got to go to Stream Elements and redo the graphic now. It's all set up. A problem I didn't anticipate, so I will take it. Jones with it. Midfield stripe. A little bit of possession from us will make me feel a lot better about life and a little bit more comfortable. I don't want to have unnecessary heart palpitations. I'm sure none of you guys do either. We've got 98 people here, and we just don't need that sort of garbage. So back pass from Evans over to Tozer. A little bit of control. Just let the time run. And here comes a throw. Why are we running for the ball, though? Why are we running for the ball? We can walk and go and get that. We don't have to dance over there in a hurry as the rain looks pretty healthy there coming down. I thought it was just foggy. I don't know when the rain even started. Evans up forward. Jones with it. Mendy with it. Running across. Gets on the switch over to Lee. Lee over to McLean, left side. Haven't called McLean's name the entirety of the half. Gets it back. Ball bouncing around, controlled by Cannon. And what happened there? Oh, he hit his hand, did it? Oh, come on, man. Patrick, the flopping fish for an additional flop countering, and it just rains poutine graphics. We'll see what I can. I think you expect too much from me. We got to remember, I'm 45. I'm trying to still be hip and cool and able to do tech stuff, but this is coming a little slower than I'd like. We've got space. Center of the pitch. Moving forward. I'm going to go the whole way. Have a shot. Ooh, Jones went for it from a long distance and just missed to the left. To be fair, I think that was the right call. He could have maybe waited for somebody to open up on the right, but decided not to and have a crack. He had Lee going to the other side, but that just split. Lee's run made the defender take a step, and as soon as he did, Jones took the crack, and he had it. He had it in that corner. He just missed it. So I will take it. Oh, God. Yeah, I got up to 1900 and lost it. '72nd minute, 2-0 game. Still just, I don't know. This one's really, really hard to get really, really excited into. As much as it's an FA Cup match, and I am excited, I'm thrilled. But this is just a sleeper of a game. As far as the action on the pitch, it's been controlled by us. I hear the broadcasters in my head. I don't agree with them. The non-Mark Griffiths broadcasters have said that this is an even game and that it's been largely fortunate and it's an uncomfortable 2-0 lead. I don't feel that way. I feel like we've decided to take shape and give them possession while we maintain things. And as I knock on things, Noble comes forward with an opportunity, gets into the box, and Tozer sends it back for a corner. The flop meter got a bump there, did it? I thought it might. Patrick. I ate so much poutine the last time I was in Canada, my doctor quit. That's one that might have to stay for future reference. This one here, lost 900 subscribers for the poutine references, and they're still going. John's probably just groaning in the background. More subs. The rain does look it looks like it's really coming down. I know it was bad in the crew game, but it looks like it's taken on a full torrential pour here. Mr. Hyde with the opportunity. Don't even. Do not. Do not. If this turns into a thing, I will be upset. Mullen rolls too far, and good on Dave for coming out. Swipes it to the left, and Yeovil now with possession. 15 minutes until we get into extra time. Looking to advance the ball forward. Not really a huge, massive press from us other than Mullen up there sniffing around. I would like to see Palmer come out relatively soon, not because he's had a bad game. He certainly hasn't. But just the legs. He's a big body up there trucking around. I'd be happy to see Dalby get a run out here. Whittle, left side. Yeah, there's a double change lining up. Ooh, dangerous ball headed into the area. Tozer's there to try to collect. Gains possession, screens it around, but it rolls out to the center, and Yeovil's got it. I would have pushed that forward with how tightly packed we were if I was playing FA or FC. The shout for a penalty would have been a flop on that one. I don't know. I wouldn't take Mullen out, especially with. Are we going to see a little bit of Luke Young? Which would be nice to get him out in some important minutes. I wouldn't take Mullen out because of the streak. And I know that that's probably not the right decision. But Palmer with the first one off the kick, the deflection, or the kick, the save, and the rebound that was a beauty. They're showing the replay now, and Tozer throws it in long. And that was the cannon goal. I was like, it came from the left side from McLean serving it up. Oh, Georges, that was a good one too. Two sides to his playing ability. Boo. Into the left, and we just give it away. O'Connor just says, here you go, and punts it out. John, I think I'm going to do the Tuesday game. I will work from home, and I will start my day early, and I will take an extended lunch. And so I plan to be here for the Tuesday Burton Albion game, which I'm hoping is a whole bunch of young guys. Even though it's into the playoffs of the EFL trophy, we have zero cares about that trophy competition, especially when we're in the FA Cup and we're chasing down a potential promotion opportunity in League Two. That's a game for Waters and Hosanna and Bickerstaff and the young guys to get a chance. As we were moving forward here, just a bad lazy kick over to the right, and Mendy was too far forward, and Mullen, that was on you. I love Young too for what he's meant to Wrexham, the leadership, his set pieces, all that sort of stuff. The reality is he just hasn't. He's not up to the level of right now. Anyway, Cannon's form right now is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know how you go with anything other than Cannon, Evans, and Lee on a go forward basis. Jones has minutes to get in there. Davis has minutes to get in there, and then you're left with Young after, to me at least, after those ones. It's going to be a tough decision in the January window, and that's the other thing. Everyone's screaming for let's bring in a midfielder in Khan. Nice, that was a good ball down the left side. Are they able to get there first? They are, but Mullen still chasing, hunting, sniffing around, not able to get it. Well played by the defender there for Yeovil. I'm okay with this sort of back and forth play as we gain some possession. They give away a free kick, and say Jones got too much of them on that one. Thou shalt not criticize Paul Mullen. No, it's thou shalt not criticize me. No, everybody deserves criticism for all their stuff, and it's just a matter. I still love the guy. I think he's awesome. But I don't want Con. I have zero interest in Con. He doesn't fit with the team. He doesn't fit with the lineup. He's not a significant improvement over Cannon or Jones or Davis or even Young. He doesn't have a high enough ceiling that it makes it worth paying that sort of money for a 27-year-old. This is a Parky project, and I have to give him credit because he's a bright dude and he's smarter about football than I am by 1,000,000%. But it just seems to be an overspend with resources and not something that you do if you didn't have those resources. To me, it's stupid, and I'll be frank about it. Uh-oh, danger, into the right, but cleared away. Don't like those. And we've got a run on. We've got the break. Red jerseys. Lee with the ball at foot, running through the middle. He's got Mendy over to his right. He's got Mullen. Find the back of the net, sir. Let's do it. Over to Mendy. Mendy gets it over. He's looking. McLean, hammer that. And everybody else just gave up on that one. Sniffing around. I'll bump up the... Murphy with it coming the other way. It's going to roll out and going to go to a corner as it took a deflection. Ay. All right, John. Thank you. John's also... I've got to change my iFollow. But the... if you are interested in getting iFollow so that you can follow along for Tuesday and or Saturday, it's been reduced to half price for the remainder of the season. So if it's something that you've been sitting on and waiting, you can go out and grab it now and get your bump, and away you go. The right leg of a 90-year-old lady. Classic. I have all the time in the world for this ref, by the way. Swabby, delivered, punched away by Howard with the gray jersey. That was just incidental contact, so away we go. Four red, running forward, Mullen with it, looking to get it across. Everybody's pointing, says go to the right, so he does. Luke Young, service, right to Lee, knocks it down. Oh, off the head, and Mullen was there too. Why? Wrong body. Lee punched that across all the way through. 89 quid, 112. Thank you, John. I got distracted with the run out. So that's the new season pass price. Always supporting. And yeah, the block off McLean. Could he have got that to Mullen? Could Lee have got that back? He just served it back. Maybe not, but ugh. All right. Here comes the corner from the left side. So it's going to be a outswinger. Long, deep, high. Tozer there to head it down. Oh! That was Mullen. Softer on the deflection. He got too much boot on it. Too excited. And I'm just saying boot because I'm trying to identify as a Canadian. I don't think we say boot. I don't know if that's original or I think I borrowed that from somebody. Swedish national team, all passing, no finish. 150 Canadian. I know. But the full season one's what, 270 Canadian? Something like that. Had to be done. The way I look at it is 80% goes to the club, and so you're propping them up. There is one area, though, that I'm a little bit peeved at the club about. Maybe we'll talk about that after the game. Store it up. Got to start thinking man of the match stuff, so if you've got names to put out there, feel free to nominate. I did the graphic and didn't post it for the last one, so we'll do them back to back for this one. So I don't see a putz of the match, but we'll always take those man of the match considerations up to 106. So a little bit of a low number, but interesting that nobody else is getting a lot of viewers. I think it's because it's all over the place. Howard for man of the match. All right. Brendan's out there. John will probably second that one. That early save was certainly called on, so do I even need to have a poll? Somebody else throw out another name. I see 3 chomps. If it goes unanimous, then I won't even make it a vote. Chomp. just it's they've said that Yeovil's been putting pressure on, but I find every time they get close, that's got to be a free kick. Absolutely. A yellow card coming out. I mean, I don't have a problem with the timing of the challenge. It's where he got him. Studs in the back of the ankle. I see an Ollie. I see a Lee. I see an Evans. I'll turn that into a poll. That way we can make it official and somebody can't say my voice wasn't heard. Man of the match. So we've got Howard, Palmer, Lee, Evans. Yeah, McLean's been quiet quite a bit. Like, he came in, I remember the first 3 games, and he looked like he was touched by God. And recently, he looks like he's been touched by I don't want to make it inappropriate, an average fellow. There's the poll. Have your vote. Opportunity for Yeovil here, running forward. Well done by Evans in defense. Mendy not able to get the ball that was left in behind, but that was Evans. Beauty again. Steadied and controlled. All the pressure's on. We haven't had a lot of injury time, have we? We've had 1 goal, couple. Do I say 2 minutes? Do I dare, or do I just go with another 3? I'll say 3. John's selling for the Chomp glory. And I'm with you, Chomp, but that's going to be a free kick if he doesn't get away. Plate advantage into the box. He would have been offside, I think, but still a dangerous ball rolling through. Yikes. Little Davis action coming in. Is that Bickerstaff in behind? Yeah, Bickerstaff in behind. So Davis for Mullen. So the streak is going to come to an end. He's not going to get 9 games. I guess it's got to happen at some point in time, and still had himself a hell of a game. And unselfish. You know, you're on a streak like that, and he was running in on the right-hand side earlier 5 minutes ago, and he had Mendy on his left, and he gave him the ball and said, you go ahead and have your opportunity. I'm not going to worry about it here. So still worked out there. Oh, you're kidding, RKO. That's unfortunate. The prize for being the number 1 team in the country is you take on one of the best teams in the country. You know what? Whatever. It's the college football playoffs. You're 4 teams. They're all going to be outstanding teams. Andrew gets it. Yes, I will take that as well. A Tuesday game with whoever shows up and whatever lineup we get, run the young guys out. That's coming up. And then FGR. We've got to make some hay over the next 3 games here, assert ourselves and settle in for the second half of the season. I was looking at plane tickets to get out to England. There's a bit of a sale to get to Manchester right now. So deflection, flicked up over top. Bickerstaff not able to get it. Mendy collects it. Now, what are we going to do? I'm not saying it yet, Chris. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not saying it yet. $113 as we're winding it down, 30 minutes to the end of regular season, and regular time. And I'm anticipating maybe 2 or 3 minutes of extra time. Hasn't been a lot of injuries. Like button works. Subscribe button certainly works. Love to wrap this one up with a bang as we've hit the 1,000 subscribers today, which is still mind-boggling to me that that's happened. Moving forward, Evans settles it down. Veteran cagey decision. Just couldn't have advanced. 4. I was wrong. All right. 4 more minutes of extra time. Long ball up over top. Day comes out and collects it. McLean was up there with some pace. Still got some jump late in the game. Brendan, you're welcome. I don't know why I thought that was, I was like, he is going to like enjoy this. I was like, when it popped into my mind, I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's yours every time you're there. And when you can't, I'm happy to either take it or give it to John. But if I give it to John, it's probably not going to move. 2-3 minutes. You're 2-0 up. Can you manage a game? Man, the announcers are really looking to build up some drama here that just is not in this game. I don't know if you guys are listening to the international broadcast, but they're really starting to, like, they're trying to make this into a thing. I don't get it. Davis into the penalty area, back heel. Dalby, I didn't think we were going to get anybody there, but we did. Bickerstaff runs his way up and gets that opportunity. All the way scrolling down. Bickerstaff. Two minutes in, I got to bring up my FOTMOB stat so I can figure out if, like, sometimes you think you're looking through rose-colored glasses and you're missing things. Shots are 10-8. Okay, so not entirely out of it. Possession, they're actually out-possessing us. Accurate passes are even. I just haven't felt like they've sniffed around the net at all. Have you guys? Like, outside those 2 chances in the first half. Like, it could be 2-2. Stoppage time came in at 4 minutes. So we've got a minute and a half left, Catherine. Maybe behind. Yeah, I love that Aldershot Stockport. Give Stockport an extra game. It's brilliant. And if Aldershot could take them out too, that would be even better. Tough ask for them going into Stockport to get it done. But just over a minute left. Here we go with the ball running down. McLean gets it forward. Oh, we're going to have a chance here. Chipped and in. Woo! Dalby with the cheeky little cheap over the top. McLean, I don't know what the defender did happen there. Whether he got his cleats stuck in the ground. Got frozen, but the ball came bouncing up over top. And Dalby just... What happened to the defender here? McLean steals it, gets it up, and the defender just couldn't react fast enough. And so the goalkeeper comes running out to try and gets it. Gets about halfway and realizes I'm not going to get there. And Dalby just does the left-footed little soft chipper over top. Cheeky goal. And John gets timed out for 3 in a row. You got to slow down, sir. Skolaboa, thank you for jumping in with the subscription. Yes, Alex, we've hit 1,000. We've hit a goal. We're 3-0. We're moving on, and I will say it now. Shrewsbury in the 3rd round. What do you call it? The cross-border derby. Home for Ryan Barnett. Liam McElendon had some time there. I don't see anybody else who had a matchup or had previous experience in Shrewsbury. Sitting 12th in League One. Only disappointing part, and the reason I talked about this in the live as being something that could be potentially disappointing is they just don't have the attendance and the capacity to push like a nice away day. If you're going to get an away day, maybe you want into a bigger barn, be able to pull in your revenue. But for the locals of Wrexham, more so than the international fans, it's been 15 years since there's been a match. As we're sniffing around here for another one, getting out to Mendy. Getting close to the 95th minute. Davis puts it forward. Are we going to add another one? Davis with it again. Nice little back heel from... I just couldn't get it. There goes the whistle, and we got it. 15 and a half years. Yeah, I know it's been a long time since that happened. They're only an hour away by car, hour and 40 minutes by train. Just crossed the border Derby. Barnett was born there. McElhinden played there. There's lots of reasons to make it look like just an absolute juicy domestic treat. 1,600 away. I mean, we'll be able to fill it then, and that's great. But I like the Derby aspect. Part of me wishes that we could have got the big away day in a big stadium. But especially if we're able to take away the win, which, we're going to be in a battle. Shrewsbury at 12th in League One. They barely got by Notts County. Let's be honest. Go and watch, if you haven't watched, the Notts County at Shrewsbury highlights. They are absolutely atrocious, Notts County defensively. And I've said that before. I've said that their center backs are one of the worst in the EFL, if not the worst. And I hold that to be true wholeheartedly, especially after seeing the garbage that just happened there. Have a good one, John. I appreciate you stopping by as always. Andrew identifying that the 1,600 there. I will say, just interestingly enough, excuse me, W&G, I haven't seen you the whole day. And did you see the scoreboard? I've built you a scoreboard. And if you're interested, I can give you control so that if you want to, when you're reporting scores, you'll be able to click up and do your thing and report back. If you like to do it in the chat, that's okay too. I can take care of it myself. But I thought, you know what? You've been so good handing things out that I'm happy to get this out there. Yes, it's Sunday, and I guess there's NFL football to watch. There's, I don't know what else to watch. The other thing, Andrew's going to be there, so I'm hoping that they play brilliantly too, but I'm hoping they play brilliantly with a lot of youth. I don't want to see any starters going in until it's like in the 11th hour and we're looking just to get some penalty kicks, right? Like put Mullen on the bench, shelf him there until it ends up looking like it's going to go into extra time and then run him out for that sort of thing. I am proud, John, and thank you. I should put that graphic up for the remainder of the chat here, because it means a lot. I'm super thankful, and I didn't anticipate that it would be like this. I just thought I'm going to be making some videos about the teams, and people will follow along, and then the watch party people started to enjoy, and it's become a thing. So I'm having a blast. I've got a little community, friends that I get it. Jed, I was looking at tickets. They've got some cheap tickets right now for the end of March into Easter and into the second, third week of April. So right now that's the plan. I'm looking to probably be there for the Mansfield home game, then 2 on the road, including Donnie, and then maybe take in FGR on the way down to, is it FGR? No, it's Colchester. Colchester on the way down to the airport on the way out. So I think that's the right, I might have to double check. And it's interesting, Georges, you talk about this, because this was the one topic that I wanted to chat about just briefly. Men in Blazers now has, and I kind of telegraphed where I'm going with this. They've brought in Tommy Cheese or Thomas Lewis, who I like. He's a funny dude, and he does some great stuff. But Men in Blazers brought him in, and he's now doing vlogs. And I struggle with this. It's sponsored by Stock Cold Brew, the YouTube channel is, and so I feel dirty. I feel bad for the vloggers who are out there. Is now Wrexham is just taking firm control of all of its stuff. I mean, they're entitled to do it. And I get it, but to me, it just feels off. And I don't know if that's just me or if anybody else has a potential issue with it. Like I said, I like Tommy. I laugh a lot with Tommy Cheese. He's a funny dude. Pack, that is a problem because the pricing, it's $15 shipping is the best I can do domestically in Canada and the US, and it's on a $20 to $25 mug, and that's cost. I mean, I'm happy to set it up and do it, but if we want the engraved, if you want the stamped, I can get them done cheaper. But I feel bad running that all out there. So you'll have to let me know what you guys think about that. Guy, for the 1,000, I'm absolutely blissfully happy, and I'm appreciative. Yeah, John, thank you. It just looks hypocritical. You shut down vloggers and then you bring the ones in for control, and it makes me wonder. I thought at one point in time that maybe this was pressure from Disney and or Hulu for controlling the cameras for the purposes of the documentary, which didn't make sense to me because they're not really showing that much footage from the stadium. So what it looks like is they just wanted to monetize their own control of the vlogging experience and take away the opportunity from fans sharing what fans do. And it just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I get protect the product and all that sort of nonsense. It is what it is. Yeah, I like to think it's a nice Christmas present for the channel. I mean, I'm not looking to get rich. Look, I've paid some money for some things here, and I've done some stuff. And if I make some money off of this, it's going to be at the tune of like $50 to $100 a month. I'll pull that in and I'll pay off some of the stuff that I've paid off. But really, I'm hoping that this continues to grow, continues to get bigger. The advertising revenue doesn't cost anybody nothing. And then we're able to pitch in some money onto some stadium signs or onto a flag or to do whatever. Pronounced Stoke. Didn't I say that? I don't know what I said. Yeah, it stops at 100. I just let it run because I know it stops. So anyway, we're off to Shrewsbury in January for that one. We'll be back here for Tuesday for Burton Albion in the trophy match. The Aldi advertisement doesn't work, and I'm hoping that Marks and Spencer throws out a smart-ass tweet. I think it'd be well-deserved. If you missed that little bit of drama, the Aldi did a one-day sponsorship of Yeovil for this match. Got them jerseys, front of kit sponsors and everything. So, don't throw that out there, W&G. I'm not even going to like that one. Shrewsbury is a League One team in the middle of the table, and they're there for reasons. It's not going to be an easy one, especially when you're on the road. We'll see. I haven't checked the vote on that. And let me bring up. I'm going to take this out of my ears because I don't need to listen to the broadcaster anymore. Shut the poll down and see what we ended up with the vote. Ew, what the? Where am I? What's my name? Yeah, it looks like Howard's in full control. So we'll shut that one down here and see where we ended up. John, I've had to slow it down, man, because of the guy who passed away upstairs and everything. We're going to have construction going on in the house from Monday to Friday. It means my day is now made up of, work, being with the kids. And now when I have spare time, I'm cleaning up garbage and trying to mitigate from smell. So it's been a bit of an icky mess. So Howard clearly in control with 50% of the vote, so he's going to get man of the match. And I've lost control of my screens. Here we go. So that's that. Yeah, I see Roberts. And I like that Liam's doing it. The problem that I have is that he's been forced to do it because he wasn't entitled to, offered to, didn't want to, don't know the circumstance there, but stripped of what made his channel great for club control of a fan experience. Look, club control what you should control. The product, the market, that's what you do. I don't like club interference on fans or independent media or anybody else from having a say and having an opinion and making content. It feels wrong. It feels wrong to me. It could be me. Yes, and hopefully when that's done and the cop stuff, there's still curiosities to me. I know that there's 17 million quid that's set aside that the Welsh government has arranged with Wrexham Borough. I haven't heard about the other 8 million, and nobody's commented on that. So I'm still waiting on that from the cop side. They've got some restrictions on things, although it looks like the full capacity is on the cards. And so the cop is going to come, whether it won't be in time for the season next year, but hopefully for January of next year, potentially. That'd be a nice thing, come back from the winter window and be able to join in. That was a beautiful game, Reese. Absolutely loved it, and in control the whole way through. And I'm with you, Andrew, that Shrewsbury will not be an easy one. Well, John, he's come out with 21 videos in 21 days, and he did the first one. It was a con video. And so doing transfer window talks and stuff like that. I hate the transfer window discussions because unless you're Wonder Boy, who you can follow on Twitter, on X, who's in the know, I just don't trust a lot of the rumors that are out there. And I mean, there's so many players that it's hard to really get a feel as to what's going on. That's how I felt all summer when I thought I could get into it. I probably won't do them, except I will express my opinion. Con, I don't want him in a Wrexham jersey. I don't. For whatever value my opinion has, which isn't much. He's a 27-year-old midfielder who hasn't played higher than League Two, and we're qualifying him as being somebody that we can build around to move up to Championship. If we're looking to build the floor up, how much better is he than Jones or Young or Cannon or whoever you're putting in as the third midfielder? It's a bad decision. I do not like it. And Swirly, that may be true, but the guy comes up with the information, and I think he's been proving it, and I think that he's got the club on like caution as to who the hell he is, because I mean, you look Luke Armstrong, he had that moon thing coming out 2 days before anybody else did, but yeah, transfer videos are clickbait, and I made one only for the purposes of reviewing. Like if I was to make a transfer video, 1 second. If I was to ever get into the transfer video stuff, I would want to do it in the context of where are some international players that we may be able to go out and grab that would be fun for the international community to get involved in, or looking for players who I think fit a role. And I did one of those with a young guy who played for the England U21 team and then went out into Croatia and didn't find a home. You know, finding Ogonkwo or those sorts of things, that's entertaining to me. But these guesses and speculation on contracts that you can't see, I just don't get it. So, hey, Alex, I appreciate you being here. It was a good time. And Pack, you got to do the sour beers, man. I promised I mean, I can't believe it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm already a beer in. I did say that I was going to have one when I got to 1,000 subscribers, and I got there. Just barely, I think. I don't think I've got any more than just 1,000. But, hey, reminder, if you're still here and you're watching and you haven't hit the subscribe button, go ahead and give it a plunk and move that button up. Yeah, Tobias, that might be an option. It's just with the January window coming in, I really want to get this Academy video out. But it might be one where I was asked by somebody, and I'd have to go back to Twitter to find out who it was, where I expressed my opinion on Con, and they said, well, then who are the options? And so I went, well, who are the options? So I went to sneak around. There's probably about 3 or 4 MLS midfielders, if that's where we're looking, who I think are better options, who are in that 24 to 27 year range. And that's all operating under the assumption that MLS is a low-level championship or high-level League One team. And if we take that, then I can correlate that into what their performance is in the MLS, and we can go forward. So I'll do that with the assumptions and talk about who's potentially there. You know what, Jed? I think the next one is if I can get another, I mean, it's still a bigger number, but it's like 2K. If I can get to the 3K mark, I will actually end up having more subscribers than there are on League Two YouTube channels. Like, I think it's Harrogate Town. Is it Harrogate Town or was it FGR? I went through them a little while ago and kind of had a chuckle. Chester, that's another one that I would love to be a fan channel who has more subscribers than Chester. I think that would be hilarious. Harrogate's 4,700, so not them. Where's Chester FC? 3,770. So that's the goal. The goal is to catch Chester. Accrington Stanley. I can't remember who it was. The three, just over 3,000 was the lowest one. They're at 4,680. Was it Southend United? You would buy me a bottle of champagne if I outdo Chester. Well, then sell the news. I think that would be embarrassing for Chester. The greatest insult for Chester, and this is how I'm going to market it, because I'm coming up with the idea. Tell me that I'm wrong, but the greatest insult to Chester would be for a Canadian new plastic fan to have a YouTube channel with more subscribers than their football club. Am I wrong? I mean, Wrexham could hold that over. Oh, man, I would love for that to be a race. If we could package that up, send out the challenge, and maybe I make a video about it and sell that as the goal. Wouldn't it? Absolutely murder them. And I'll bring up, maybe I bring up another meter, because they'll probably end up getting clicks and hits, and other people might actually start following Chester from clubs that don't like Wrexham. But it'll just be a battle of the mob going forward to see if I can roll them in. And man, even a year, 2, 3 years down the road, that would be the absolute greatest killer of all things. So yeah, that's what I should do. I should make a video to say, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. This has been awesome. Now here's the target. I want to screw over Chester, and you can help me. Just see what happens. Look, it has been an absolute blast. I'm working on the academy stuff. Please forgive me while I deal with the smell in the air and the blowflies, and I don't want to look at the life cycle of a blowfly ever again. I don't want to make fun or light of the fact that somebody unfortunately passed away in the unit above us, but it's been some grief, and they're going to be cleaning out the bathrooms and whacking them up, and I'm a little bit delayed on my hors d'oeuvres and my other videos in the meantime, just trying to focus on getting the watch party stuff going. So I'm going to go out and enjoy the day. Nobody likes Chester, even their own fans. And so anyway, well, we've sent a message out, so I'm going to have to make a video up here maybe today, hopefully today, and get it out there and say, this is the goal. So if you're still here, we've got 53 people still here. You haven't hit the like button, haven't hit the subscribe button, go ahead and do that. I'm going to wrap up and carry on with the day. I've had a blast being here. We're off to Shrewsbury for the 3rd round. We get to do a 4th round draw if we're successful, and or depending on when they schedule the game. Hopefully we're on television, and when I say television, this is the first terrestrial Canadian broadcast that I've seen of Wrexham, and so we'll get into it. Get my Febreze on. I am going to get my Febreze on. Trust me, we've got essential oils cooking everywhere and Glades plugged in everywhere. And I still have a 4-year-old who grabs the bathroom cabinets and pulls them over and goes, it stinks in here. And I'm like, stop smelling it. It's been a wonderful one, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I know it's Sunday and we're getting close to the work week, but it's been fun. Another amazing Wrexham win. And a lot of laughs with you guys. Cheers for the 1,000. You've been awesome. Take care, everybody.